We're talking loud. These are old ass apartments. Jesus.
Jesus, Jesus H Christ. Oh, I'm sorry, no, Jimbus H Christ. There
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
Jesus.
Yeah, so what's up, guys? We're doing our second ever wrestling episode. I've got Tito with me here right now. The others will be, piling in. They're late. Like, listen, we're all late for things, but we're not late for our funerals. Except New
Yeah.
Jack.
Oh man, rest in peace, New Jack.
Yeah, no, that's. I wanted to kind of like go over that because he was a crazy motherfucker.
Man, was he ever, man? Like he was great on the fucking mic, but damn, was that man fucking dangerous?
He caused riots in Smoky Mountain on the
Oh,
mic.
oh hell, what is it? Like giving that shout out to OJ?
Yeah, no. He said, "Shout out to my boy OJ for killing those white boys and getting that white girl and getting away with it."
Yeah, I was like, damn,
Um,
like oh, that was yeah, in the '90s too, boy.
yeah, it was
Like,
right. It was right during the OJ. It was in '94 and '95.
oh, like how did he live, man? Like how did he get out of there alive?
I don't know, but he was in a sundown zone.
Oh yeah, damn. Oh shit, I haven't heard one of those in a minute.
Man, like I'm just imagining. I wish New Jack would have lived just so we could have sicked him on Vaughn. Honestly,
Oh man, he would have fucking destroyed Vaughn. Like, oh man, he would have. Well, technically, kind of. I guess he would claim he was blind in one eye, but no matter what, he was still
he
would have
was a
fucked
bounty
him.
hunter. He was a bounty hunter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So, my God, like New Jack was just insanity. Like I wonder how Vic Grimes is feeling right now that he's dead. Probably relieved.
he's like, thank God. Like, he's still probably feeling them effects, being feeling that sting from that fucking fall or whatever, when he got thrown off that
Off the
scaffold.
scaffold. Yeah. Like New Jack said he was trying to kill him. He just broke his ankle.
Man, I was like, how the fuck did he only just break his? I was like, that's the most like. I
He,
would be mad that I broke my ankle, but if I took landed and still survived that fall, like, I'm thank
I'm getting
goodness.
up there to beating his ass too.
Oh man, like man, if those ropes weren't there, oh my god, if it was like a sumo ring, he would have
Yeah,
died.
he tased him on top of the scaffolding. Like, New Jack tased his ass and then threw him off a scaffolding. Like,
Oh shit.
I'll tell you what really shocked me about that, Tito, was WWE actually acknowledged it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I read everything that they said, but I seen that they semi mentioned it, and I was like, get the fuck
Yes.
out of here.
Yeah, even Heyman like sort of broke down when talking about New Jack, and New Jack hated Paul Heyman. Like, let's just get that straight right out of the gate.
Yeah, I think I always heard that.
Look, to be fair, New Jack hates everybody, but still.
Yeah, right.
But so we've actually got something big to talk about in the world of wrestling. WWE may be entering a partnership with New Japan.
I don't know how to feel about that right there, to be honest. Like, it's good in like the aspect of wrestling, but man, there's the way their storytelling is on both sides. Like, on yeah, the both ends of the spectrum. I like New Japan.
So do I.
Yeah, I'm a fan of New Japan, but I don't know if that would mix well and like their style of wrestling mixed in with, because you see how they do with Shinsuke Nakamura. Like Vince didn't
Yeah,
know what to do with him. He just kind of like, he was good in NXT, but once he got up to the main roster, they're like, yep, here you go. It's like,
yeah. Here you go. Here's an incredibly talented former IWGP Heavyweight Champion. What do you want to do with him? Let's have him dick kick AJ Styles at WrestleMania.
yeah, right. I was like, man,
And like
like,
the entirety of that feud, I was just thinking, AJ, even in kayfabe, you should wear a cup. Like, you know he's gonna kick you in the nuts.
yeah, really, you should learn at some point. And that was such a bad thing too, because especially with him, well, there's a lot of people around that time too as well. Is that they gave away like WrestleMania possible like matches or matchups
Yeah,
so quickly. Like him and AJ, like I think they fought before, like couple, didn't they fight like the regular like WWE way? Like they fight before, like
they
once or
fought
twice
at
before
Wrestle
they fought.
Kingdom. They
Then
fought at Wrestle Kingdom 11, which is in New Japan. Like,
oh yeah, but it didn't even match up to that. I don't think I only seen highlights of that one.
oh
But
god,
yeah,
I'd recommend you go back and watch it. It's an amazing match, fucking wonderful. Also, Finn Balor may be being called back up to the main roster,
god damn it, no.
which that was my reaction at first. It's like, God, he's been killing it on NXT. Why would you do this? But they had him lose his rematch. So, like, what is there really for Finn to do? I mean, like, unless you want him to go after the North American title, which that's a downvote, a downgrade.
Oh yeah, and who gets the North American right now? Because I haven't
Gargano.
really. Oh,
Gargano.
Gargano.
No.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed.
Oh yeah, he must have just got it. Because yeah, I haven't been following NXT as much as I should. Like I was kind of mad. That was the only reason why I used to have the network. Yeah, because of NXT. That was back when NXT was very fucking good. I hate to sound like one of those other guys, other internet wrestling internet guys, but like I'm not trying to be all nostalgic. But man, NXT was shit, and they just like it's still all right though. They still got great people. It's just
Oh yeah, like you've got the emergence of Kyle O'Reilly was been fantastic. Like
yeah.
that match he had with Adam Cole, the finish of that match was amazing. Where Cole had his face on the legs of the chair
Oh,
and
yeah.
knees him in the back of the head. It's like, oh, you honestly thought he got impaled for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he's they're still doing good. Like they lost their, I think they felt like this, so they kind of lost their footing for a hot second when they moved the TV for hot. Man, when that first happened, but I think they got their footing back now.
Yeah, and like I've heard a lot of people say, and this is true to an extent, that a lot of the NXT superstars don't make it on the main roster. But look at Matt Riddle right now, for instance, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I think but then again, on the flip side, what's his name? Charlotte's fiance,
Oh, Andrade.
Andrade, yeah, former NXT champion.
Mm.
He beat Drew McIntyre clean for it. If that tells you anything. So, like, it's very hit and miss. Oh, hey, Brand's here.
Yeah. Oh, snap.
Hey,
What's
Brand,
up,
what's going
Frank?
on?
What up, fellas?
We're talking about New Japan and WWE possibly having a partnership.
I heard something about that earlier today, actually. When's the last time they've done anything? What
WCW.
didn't WWF have a small New Japan contingent back in the day, or am I thinking about
AAA.
Michinoku Pro?
No, they did something with AAA. WCW did something with New Japan.
No, it was WWF. I'm thinking it was Michinoku Pro though.
It may have been. Oh, yeah, because Michinoku was on the WWF roster.
Yeah, I think they tried to pad their light heavyweight division with those guys at one point.
Kai and Ty, the guys that tried to cut Val Venus's dick off.
Choppy your pee-pee.
Man, you brought me back now with that one. That was ridiculous. Man, I used to be a big Val Venus fan. No pun intended.
Oh, no, he's crazy now. He's insane.
Isn't he?
Yeah, like, have you seen his tweets?
I've seen his Facebook. That's enough.
Yeah, I've seen I've heard like reports about like quotes and stuff about him. I was like,
he's a QAnon supporter now.
Oh, god damn it, Val. Oh, did you hear what happened to Buff Bagwell?
He got arrested again, didn't he?
Yeah, or something like that. Was it like I didn't like he just looked drunk in that picture. I didn't read all of it. He looked like he had one hell of a night though.
Oh, the mugshot was amazing.
Yeah, he didn't even look like him. I was expecting him to have that hat.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, oh, by the way, Brandon, you want to say something about your dear friend New Jack?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that sucks, man. It really is like there's one aspect where it's like, okay, this is a dude who would stab people, like no kayfabe. He'd fucking stab you
multiple times.
But then again, there's another side of him that it's just like, I'm gonna miss that guy. I think you need those renegades out there. You need those wild cards. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's why no one hired him. But I like the fact that he was out there. I'm gonna miss New Jack.
Oh yeah, no, like me and my dad bought speakers from him in the parking lot.
Hey, those were some good ass speakers, by the way.
They were, and I realized last time you were on, we discussed that you were actually working that show.
I was still very green, and I was working as what they call a runner, essentially trying to get messages to people who are in front of the crowd from backstage. And yeah, that was I don't remember the guy's name, the promoter, but I do know that all of his shit got sold off that night. So New Jack got his pay and probably a little more.
Oh my god! Like my dad actually asked for an autograph, and he asked him to make it out to mass transit.
Oh damn!
He did it. My dad still got that autograph hung up on his wall.
Oh yeah, he didn't give a fuck. Like he or I should say had very little, if any, remorse about that situation at all.
Oh, he was a bounty hunter.
Man, it was insane. That jump, man, that's still one of my favorite. Oh, you guys watched? Yeah, watched that. Was Dark Side of the Ring? That's one of my favorite
Yeah.
episodes. But
So-
It was a good one.
So, Bran, what do you think Vic Grimes is thinking right now?
Yeah, he's probably got he's probably got a case of the hush mouth. Like, whenever your mortal enemy dies, you don't want to come out and be like, "Yeah, fuck that guy." You just kind of sit back.
Not for a while, at least. It's gonna
Right.
wait a year. Wait a year.
Hey, give it a year before you shit all over him.
yeah,
Even
right.
then, New Jack's ghost is just gonna appear behind him and tase his ass.
The next time he's on something tall, he'll think twice.
Oh God, is Jack behind me? Oh wait, he's dead.
That would be the scariest ghost. They should have that for like the next whatever those Conjuring movies. It's just a New Jack's ghost, the most violent ghost of all time.
That'd be the first Conjuring movie I've watched in ages. Those movies are garbage. I'd love to see that idea. The fucking Warrens take on the ghost of New Jack.
New Jack just like systematically stabs through them as the movie goes on.
He's not even that good of a ghost because you always just hear natural born killers when he comes up.
And it keeps playing the entire time he's there.
Yeah, like and then like whenever the Warrens are there, you just hear him cutting promos in the back and the other in the kitchen.
Oh man.
Calling them white racial epithets just to piss them off.
Dude, that shit was amazing when he was doing that shit in the territories in the South.
Smoking
Oh, that was
he caused the riot.
amazing.
He caused the riot in North Carolina.
Oh, dude, that's the heat you don't see anymore, man. You don't see that shit anymore. I think everyone's a little, I mean, granted, we're in kind of a time where people are a little bit more, I guess, careful about what they say and do. But even so, like, holy shit, man. Could you imagine seeing that type of heat now?
I think the closest one is MJF when he flipped off that kid and he was like, "Fuck them kids."
The Make-A-Wish kid.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, the Make-A-Wish kid. But New Jack literally said, and what caused that riot was, he said, "Shout out to my boy OJ for killing those two white people."
Right.
Like,
for taking care of two of them.
It's like, God damn, okay.
Well, he had that cocaine, so anything sounded like a good idea. So he's probably he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just say what I want."
You're a black man in the South. You're a heel. Go. All right, say less.
And then it's like, oh wait, that's another part of the Conjuring. The next Conjuring movie is you just hear like snorting. All of a sudden, you look over and it's New Jack just doing a line off some bitch's ass.
I would have instantly moved. Like that would be the shortest movie if I was a person. I would not want to engage with that man. I'm like, oh nope, it's New Jack. You just hear those fireworks go, and the music come on. I'm like, oh shit.
Fuck, Jack. Have you reached the point in like the movie Ghost where the ghost bum teaches you how to pick up inanimate objects? I sure hope not.
All of a sudden, he picks up a staple gun.
Oh god damn it!
Just starts stapling.
Taser, a staple gun coming at you.
I'm like, did you go to like fucking Home Depot before you came over here, man? So what are you doing?
No, man, he went to Lowe's. He's a classy ghost.
Right.
Yeah. So, goddamn. So we all know that WWE, not WWE. I'm sorry, AEW and Impact have their working relationship. Which brings up a lot of interesting questions. Like, what matchups do you guys want to see if this partnership does go through? I mean,
oh, you talking about the WWE and
yeah, New Japan.
Oh, well, first off, I want to say they better, like, if they do go with it, they better protect the shit out of Naito. That's one of my Naito and Ibushi. That's how I feel, like, first and foremost. But matchups, yeah, I can see, and they do have so much talent, but I swear WWE just cheats you out of it though sometimes. Like, 'cause they'll put some good matchups even on free TV, or they just make it the time, or they make the match like fucking 5 minutes.
That's one of the things I'm afraid of is Vince will just want to try to big dick New Japan.
Yeah, like, and oh my god, man, like, yeah, they'll have like some bullshit. Like, they'll just like make like Roman Reigns like not like knock the fucking Okada out in like 2 minutes or something like that. I'm like, no, don't do that, dude.
So like what I'm interested in is like not necessarily matchups because I'm not too well versed on a lot of the current New Japan stuff, but isn't John Moxley their US champion right now?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
See, that's gonna be interesting. See, that's the type of shit that I'm looking forward to. Just the uneasy shit.
Wait, so what happens? What happens if Vince just calls him up? Hey, I want your U.S. champion. All of a sudden, one day the music hits, and you just see like Seth Rollins saying, "Holy shit!"
I'm like, oh, this is good. That would be pretty interesting right there. Like now that would be some good storytelling right there if they actually built it right.
But wait, like
Oh,
what?
wait a minute. What you expect WWE to have long-term storylines? And
That's true. That's true.
you expect too much, sir. Not since the late 90s, early 2000s have they put time and effort into that.
Right? Oh man, he just shoots from the hip so bad.
I mean, like the whole thing with him leaving, with getting the shot in the ass while he was shooting a promo. It's like, god damn, that was very foretelling.
Right?
Oh man, that was. Oh man, that was just bad. I couldn't even say anything about it. Shit was just horrible.
Oh, it was just one thing after another. You could tell they were just trying to bury him before he left.
Oh yeah. To be fair though, he had a good street fight with McIntyre before he left, where McIntyre stabbed him in the eye with a fucking pencil. He John Wicked his ass.
What's I gonna say? I don't know. I just lost. Oh shit. Oh. I don't know why my phone just started playing the stream.
Double John Wick that ass.
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me. Sorry.
John Wick's gonna wax that ass.
John Wick. Oh no, I think the person that had the worst exit, man, it was unnecessary, was fucking Miro. It was unnecessary how they treated that man. Like, he was one of the reasons why I started watching wrestling again. Like,
and now he's the TNT champion in AEW.
I'm happy. I'm happy for that though. That was good. He looks good now and stuff like that. But yeah, like he was because I stopped watching wrestling for a little while when I was in the military. But when I got back out, like I started watching right around WrestleMania when he came in on that tank or whatever. I was like, oh man, this is one hell of a fucking entrance. But man, like he was getting out though, and they just fucking that storyline with fucking Bobby Lashley was horrible.
How long did it take you to realize that he wasn't Russian?
Oh man, I don't know, it took me a minute to realize he wasn't Russian though, because he
guys, Tito's racist. Every Eastern European is Russian to him.
That dude had a Russian flag for it. Wasn't he waving?
Yes, he did, but still. Vince has a hard on for like Russians as heels. We all know that.
Right. He always used his Zangief or whatever. Freaking no, nobody was. I mean, nothing was more worse than fucking Yokozuna. Like when I found out he was actually like Samoan. Like,
oh my god. Oh, like one of those Saudi Arabia shows, the Crown Prince wanted Yokozuna, and like Vince had to tell him he's dead. But he still wanted Yokozuna, so they went and got some sumo wrestler to wrestle in Yokozuna's place.
Oh god.
Jeez. Yeah, bring Akebono back. What a great WrestleMania moment we can relive.
He's actually wrestling now. Yeah, he's actually. Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I know. But he retired from sumo, and I think he works in Japan somewhere. He's actually American. That's the funny thing about it.
Yeah, I think that they kept billing him at that WrestleMania as like the first American-born sumo champion. Like, and I had no idea who the fucker was, so I could have cared less.
I mean, well, I just didn't want to see Big Show's ass.
Fuck, dude? That's another guy that's like, oh yeah, here's a guy who would lose very few fights in real life. We're gonna make him a goddamn joke at every WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, well, like he actually in WCW, he got arrested for beating the hell out of a guy outside of a bar.
Oh damn! I don't know about that, but I mean, he was a huge motherfucker though.
And Bran, you know where he's from, don't you?
Aiken, correct?
Yep, Aiken, South Carolina.
So.
Oh really?
Yep.
It's a big boy.
That's huge, man. Dang, that motherfucker is big. Yeah, but they did play him like a joke though. It was bad. Like,
not to mention like the face and heel turns every 6 months.
Jesus.
For no reason.
Somebody counted it. It was 22. Oh. That's an average of 1 a year.
What even are you?
He's a definition of a tweener.
All right. What? So, like, I haven't caught a lot of AEW yet. Has he done anything worth mentioning over there? I know he's been doing commentary.
Yeah, I think he's just doing Ever now, isn't he?
I think that they're going to try to set up that match with Shaq. He always wanted.
Right.
Man, I wonder if that would be. I mean, they're both in kind of decent shape, but I don't know. Like, I think Shaq's match, like that he had with Cody, whatever, so far, like the best kind of match that he could have. But we should kind of keep it at that. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not. Sometimes I'm weird on those celebrity matches.
They've been pretty good recently. Like the Bad Bunny match was actually good. The Shaq match was good.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Bad Bunny one though.
He hits a Canadian destroyer on the outside.
Perfect too.
Really?
Oh
Get
yeah.
the fuck out of here.
I mean, you got to give credit to John Morrison though. The dude can make anybody look like $1 million, but it's a really good match. It is, surprisingly.
Yeah, like I was expecting it just for Damian Priest to go in there and just handle everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And God, that's another one that I don't know what position they're going with in him. I hope it's a U.S. title shot, but you never know because they had the Miz. I think he just finished the Miz feud, which should have been done at WrestleMania.
Oh no, dude, he had to be eaten by zombies at WrestleMania Backlash. Don't you know?
That was weird.
What
Wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Tito doesn't know. So
that was actually the point where I turned that pay-per-view off and did not watch any more of it.
Yeah. No, so Tito, what happens is Dave Bautista is basically doing a weird, like an upcoming movie, a horror movie, right?
Yeah.
And it involves zombies. So to help Dave promote the movie, they had zombies as the lumberjacks.
Which was really gay.
It was very stupid, yes.
And they just
It's
straight up
very
ate
good.
The Miz at the end. That
Yep.
was the big climax to that feud, I suppose.
The Miz died.
At least he wasn't back the night after, you know? At least
I
he's
think he's
gone.
legitimately hurt, isn't he?
I think so.
That'll be his first time injured, right?
I think so. He's one of the safer guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I think because I think he didn't remember that actually really good promo he did against Daniel Bryan when he was talking about like for 10
Talking
years.
smack.
Yeah.
Brian wanted to punch him.
Yeah, like I give him props for that. Like I'm not a big Miz fan, never really have been, but I do give him respect though, a little bit. Like he's.
I mean, like he ate on Chris Benoit's fucking
he's,
gym bag.
He's lucky he didn't get more than just kicked out of the locker room. If you
Yeah,
get what I'm
like
saying with that guy.
He's lucky he didn't get Bowflexed.
I mean, let's be
Right.
honest. Who really is a fan of The Miz?
I know, right?
Yeah.
The Miz.
Who was an actual?
Maurice.
I've never met an actual Miz fan. I haven't even seen nobody wear like a Miz T-shirt.
What about his wife? She has to be a fan, doesn't she?
I don't think she has to be.
No.
And of that paycheck in that show, apparently they have.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's still going
Oh,
on.
Bran, you remember my buddy Anderson, the one that went off on Seth Rollins?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. What's up,
What's
man?
up?
With the whole Becky Lynch situation. That's right. Yeah, I remember that. That makes sense. though.
Hey, ask me now if I still hate Seth Rollins.
Do you still hate Seth Rollins?
Yes and no.
Okay. That's
Oh, he's grown on you a little, huh?
I like what they're doing with Roman Reigns currently right now. Besides that, I still don't like his whole Messiah character. I think it's really lame.
Yeah, they seem to not really know what to do with that character right now. I've noticed. Seems very in limbo.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to make a reverse Taker since he retired.
Oh, the
Yeah.
upper giver.
The upper giver.
Fuck yeah, man. That's what I used to
The
call.
upper giver.
I don't know if you guys remember Mordecai, who was there for like 3 months. It was Kevin
Yeah.
Thorne.
Yeah.
But I always called him the upper giver because he literally looked like the opposite of the Undertaker.
And then he got beat by Ray on SmackDown and was never seen again.
Right? Like he came in and had like a tear against people like the
Hardcore
some of the
Holly.
enhancement guys like Scotty Too Hottie and Hardcore Holly, and that was it.
Oh,
And then he
Well-
ran into Little Ray and then he got kicked out of the company.
But by the way, am I coming through well for you guys?
You're a bit
Yeah.
loud, but yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna try. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately.
you're
I'm
fine.
gonna have
You're
to-
fine. But like,
keep my
what
voice
ends up
down.
happening is why he got kicked out was he got in a bar fight, and the guy threatened to sue WWE. So they just told him, "Listen, take a break, come back as a fucking vampire."
Right. Right. Don't worry, you're not going to be the upper giver when you come back. You're going to be a
No.
fucking vampire.
Vampire.
Upper.
You're gonna be even worse.
That's the greatest name ever. But speaking about like, spooky characters, I am still so mad at how they treat fucking Bray Wyatt. It's not even funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of the
That's
few
yeah.
reasons to watch the program, and they shit all over him.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's like he
Especially
like
Raw. Raw is garbage these days.
Oh yeah, one RKO, really?
Oh yeah, that was,
Right.
Yeah,
So he's the logic we're supposed to follow here is that being set on fire did not keep him down, but an RKO did.
So in other words, an RKO.
I mean,
is more dangerous
hey,
than
it's
fire.
the three most devastating letters in AEW. In AEW.
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
WWE.
I mean, well, think about it like this, though, right? Clearly, Randy Orton's RKO is more dangerous than fire.
Oh, clearly.
and
Which-
Apparently.
and all that shit getting beat in the head and stuff like that in that Hell in a Cell match. That's
Yeah,
when I
like
got,
the
that's
seven
when I
curb
initially got
stomp.
rid of my That's when the minute after that match was over, I got rid of my account, my WWE app account. I was like, fuck this.
He took 7 curb stomps.
Yeah, like
Nah, that's nothing.
Anderson, just because you don't like the guy doesn't mean you can shit on his finisher.
Hey,
It is a good finisher.
Oh no, I don't mean that.
Not
Like,
an
for-
RKO though.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
an RKO, man.
That's fair. That's fair. We all remember the counter out of the RKO that you get the Rollins at WrestleMania.
that was dope. I was like, and Randy Orton I always kind of like liked or whatever. He's just like now he's just at that point now is like anytime he's in like a championship type scene, I just like, oh, he's a transition champ. Like they just really don't know what to do. So it's
Yeah,
like, all right,
Which
let's
is
slap.
fine. He's
I
done
mean-
everything at this point.
Yeah, it's just like he's
Well,
done everything. And I'm just like, huh? It's like it's never bad, but it's just like, oh yeah, he's just gonna hold on to this for a while.
I personally love what they're doing with Riddle right now, but I'm just waiting for them to fuck it up because it's WWE.
Oh, they're gonna drop it like hell.
They may get a tag title run, actually.
Yeah, I know, but it's WWE. Can't trust that. I'm really enjoying the Riddle Orton segments. They're really good, and if they can,
bro.
and if they're gonna transition Riddle into being a heel because of it, I think that's brilliant. The way they're doing it, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it.
But this goes back to what we said earlier. You can't rely on long-term storytelling with
Yeah,
WWE.
and,
I mean-
and that hurts. That fucking hurts.
Yeah, I mean, the Mysterios are gonna lose their titles next month probably,
It was good while it lasted.
Possibly.
which was nothing.
Yeah, what's up? So like, am I right? Is Kofi Mania trying to start back up, or are they trying to reignite it or something?
I think it's a smokescreen, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they may put Kofi in
I have
triple
no
threat
problem
just to take the
with
pin, but
Yeah,
I mean, Brock might come back now.
well, no, he's going to come back when there's fans. He's not going to come
Yeah,
back
man,
now.
he's
I mean, fans are literally on the horizon, dude.
I know. Paul Heyman dropped a hint. That was another thing I actually wanted to get to. Paul Heyman said, he may appear in Houston, which is right after SummerSlam, which is when right after they start doing their house shows again.
See, the thing is that normally, and by normally I mean all the time, every fucking time that Paul Heyman says anything, it comes true almost immediately. So now it's just when it's gonna happen.
Well,
Not
I
if,
mean-
but when.
I mean, their next date in Houston is right after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's the first Raw, which
Yeah.
means he's going after Lashley. That could be interesting.
He could probably go after Lashley.
And part of me wants to see that because both of them have legitimate MMA backgrounds. Bobby fought for Strike Force and Bellator forever up until 2018. Of course, you have Brock's UFC history, but I think that their styles would just mesh very well.
yeah. I mean, they're gonna pull the trigger on that thing right there. Like, and you said they're gonna start making house shows again. Man, they really don't need to do that right there.
No.
No, oh God, no. Because last year they had record profits and they didn't have fans for the majority of the fucking year.
Yeah, and that was at the worst. That was probably at the worst I've ever seen WWE. Just as storytelling and whatever they were doing, it was just crazy. But it was yeah, they still did very fucking well.
They had record profits.
Yeah, I can't blame, man, I can't knock them for that at all. I was just
Yeah.
mad more. Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, my bad. Keep going.
Oh, I wasn't really saying nothing important. It's all good.
All right, man. There's just a delay, and it always happens. Don't worry about it.
By the way, I know how to make you two not like each other. Cuban, Puerto Rican. There you go.
Oh god damn it! Why are there so many Puerto Ricans on YouTube? Son.
Are there? I personally don't like Puerto Ricans either. So
He's
we got
from the
that in
actual
common.
island. Island.
I'm from the actual island. I don't like my own people, so we got that in common at least.
Oh shit! I was like, I got my uncle's actually from. Well, he's married in or whatever, but yeah, he's from Puerto Rico and all that stuff too. I wanted to go see one day, but I don't have good Spanish. That makes sense.
You don't need it. Just need a good translator as your buddy. That's all you need.
Yep. So,
until they find out I'm Cuban, then I'm just like, I don't know,
you're gonna
kidnapped somewhere.
I mean, realistically, I'm half Cuban. My dad's side is Cuban, so who cares?
That's why you're so white.
That's why. Wait, what?
Tito got it.
No, I'm white because my other side is Scottish and Irish.
Oh dang, super white.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the wrestling.
Back to the wrestling. No, let's keep talking about our ethnicities. That's clearly better than talking about WWE. Unless you want to talk about AEW.
I mean, I'm going to get to them in a minute, but another thing is Vince may have seen a main event SummerSlam.
What do you mean?
Yeah, Cena may return and may main event SummerSlam.
If they do it right, like he's been gone long enough, so he's not bothering me. I used to be like, I was one of those anti-Cena guys. Like, not his body of work is just like, he's
the character.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah, the character. He's like Hulk Hogan in the '80s, like never fucking losing. Then everybody wanted him to become bad, and I still feel like we were cheated from that.
I say it was worse. It's a watered down Hulk Hogan. It's not even it wasn't even as fun as Hulk Hogan used to be.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Here's the thing,
because I'm sorry, because at least Hulk Hogan you could get behind. I can't see myself getting behind Cena ever. At least not like he is now, kid friendly and shit. Go ahead, Nightmare.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? Like, Cena is not going to have the boring label that like Orton or Triple H will have because, and it's because of this reason, right? The U.S. Open challenges he had back in 2015.
Those were fun.
Yeah, I would actually give it to him on that.
Because of his moveset he was able to manipulate a little bit, he will not have that boring label like such as Triple H or Randy Orton. But here's the thing, though, right? I think it is too late to turn him heel, but somebody gave me a great theory, and I just wanted to run this by people. Okay, imagine Cena basically pulls a Lesnar, right? But not in the way you think. He basically goes around Hollywood acting like he's conquering Hollywood with the WWE title, basically just being a giant prick to everybody, right? But he's a passive-aggressive prick. And then, I don't know, like,
it wouldn't work.
I'm not saying it would, but I'm saying it's an interesting idea.
It's an interesting idea if Cena could pull it off, but I just don't think that Cena could pull it off. His face alone just doesn't scream heel to me anymore. And especially that kind of character that you just pitched at me, I just wouldn't see it working. Cena's just too nice of a guy. Especially with the whole China thing that just happened, man, people would roast him for that already.
Oh, I know. Like, I went on his Twitter and I saw nothing but Taiwanese flags.
And, like, I don't know, Cena is like, I think it is kind of late for him to be heel, but I would like, this is what, like, one of the reasons why I say I wouldn't mind to see him back. Would it be his, like, retirement goal? I mean, like,
yeah, like, that would be his final run, and, like, he gets sort of like the Hulk Hogan against The Rock type of send-off.
I would hope, like, one of the people I would suggest that he would have his last match with, I don't know, you guys can disagree or not, but this is one of my choices, would be Cesaro. And I would believe that, and I think Cesaro's, like, there's no person that deserves more, really, in my eyes, almost, than fucking Cesaro.
Currently, right now, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like, give Cesaro a rub by retiring Cena.
Yeah, like, that would be amazing.
And flip the roles. Cena's the heel, Cesaro's the face.
Hell yeah, because they killed that guy's, like, steam so many times, like,
they're not doing it now, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. And but it still makes me nervous because, like, they'll do it sometimes, and until it seems like
at any moment, at the flip of a coin, it can happen.
You're like, wait, what the fuck?
McMahon's just good, bro.
I kind of feel like ever since John Cena, because he was kind of like the last really big like star that was kind of bigger than the company.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like they don't want. Yeah, but Lesnar was before Cena. I mean, he predates Cena. I don't think they want another. I don't think they want another single person they can hang their hat on and be like, yes, this is the guy who is the WWE, who's even bigger than the WWE.
I
Because
mean,
it seems like everyone hits a wall.
They go off of
I
Hollywood.
mean, CM Punk almost did it, and they just shut him down completely.
Right.
I'll tell you one person I think that can do it, and it's not because of his talent. It's Reigns. Because think, who's his cousin?
Yeah, like he's
the
definitely
thing now.
Oh,
Yeah.
his fake cousin. To be
I mean,
honest,
blood brother, you know what I mean.
they're not relative. They're not blood
I know,
relatives.
I know, but you know what I mean, though, right? Like, he could call up his cousin, air quotes. Unlike G-Man, I know how to use those. Yeah, he can call up his cousin Dwayne and ask for another acting role like he did in that one movie.
Oh yeah, was it like Hobbs and Shaw?
It was something like that. Yeah, like, oh yeah, they were just in a very tribalistic. It was a weird setting. Like they had spears and shields and shit.
Yeah,
But-
that's like me. Let me go call the Messiah in Africa. It was over
I-
in the fucking Serengeti.
I'm just
Acknowledge
so sad. I'm just so sad because a few months ago, the best thing besides Roman Reigns in WWE was the women, and now we don't even have that. Now it's literally just Roman Reigns and RK Bro.
Yo, they
That's all we
murdered the
got.
women's. They
Yeah.
murdered the women's stuff.
Oof.
Like, and like it's almost
Especially
like the
on
switch.
Raw.
Like, it's weird because it's like AEW started like that was their biggest complaint. They're still kind of
Yeah.
complaining now, but it's almost like flip flopping again. It's almost like because you knew that WWE had like the better, and they still do have like the better technical
Oh, yeah.
roster because it's deep as hell. Their bench is deep, but you have the women's quality of wrestling will just tank so fucking quick. Then you just have like some compared. I hate to compare to AEW, but then you had some that that lights out match that fucking Thunder Rosa and
Dude,
Britt Baker had it. And I was like,
Oh,
holy
boy.
shit!
dude, I love both of those women so much, and that was
Yeah.
just an amazing match.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Thunder Rosa the trans female?
No,
that's not.
that's
That's Nyla Rose. That's right.
that's Nyla Rose. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just get that. So, but since we brought up AEW, why don't we go over there? Because I know this is Anderson's specialty.
Dude, I am in love with AEW. So like I've been following them since Kenny Omega versus
Pop.
versus Jericho, even before they did All Out. I've been following them ever since. Like ever since Jericho went over there and made a fucking splash, man. I've been following the whole thing. And it just doesn't stop. It's great. So far, I've only been disappointed once, which was the barbed wire exploding death match. And that was just some technical error. Whatever, I can let it slide.
I was about to say that wasn't really their fault.
Yeah, no, I have no, and they spinned it. They immediately spinned it. It's like, man, Kenny Omega might be the greatest wrestler in the world, but he can't make an exploding barbed wire ring worth of shit. I love that, dude.
Yeah,
Okay, Anderson, thoughts about Miro as the TNT champion?
So here's the thing, right? My girlfriend is a big Darby Allin fan, and that night I called it. I told her he's gonna lose because it's fucking Miro. And here's the thing, Jessica had a good reason to like not take me serious because the last few hundred times that I go against her boys, my boys always end up losing, and it happened with Nyla Rose versus Riho. Riho won. I was wrong on that.
the first.
Oh yeah, the first ever women's champion. I genuinely thought it was going to be Nyla Rose, and I was so wrong. And so many other matches after that, I just got them all wrong. But on this one night, I told Jessica, Miro's gonna win this, and she was like, "Nah, it's not gonna happen." And Miro just fucking destroys him. It's like I fucking told you it was gonna happen.
So wait, with that, like, I wonder if they're going to try to move Darby up, not straight away, but like into the heavyweight contention. Not straight
No.
away, like I said. But
No,
Yeah,
that's
not-
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give it like possibly like sometime next year, like early next year, probably like
like
maybe.
eventually they're going to have.
I mean, he's already done it. He has competed for the world title.
Yeah.
I mean, but like, are they going to put it on him? Is the question.
I don't know, not anytime soon.
Yeah, I think it'd be
No,
some type of like multi-man match, like for the champion. For him to
Because
win.
right now, I'm sorry. Right now, you got to realize that they're still trying to build their brand, and they want like the best possible person for the job. And it started off with Jericho, then Moxley led the whole thing, and now currently it's Kenny Omega. And honestly, I don't see Kenny dropping that for a long, long time.
Yeah, and I think the person that should take it from him has to be Hangman.
Actually, I like the guys that Walk Culture. They said Hangman should probably lose that one.
Oh,
because
that would hurt me.
it puts more build up into it. It's like, I climbed the ladder and I still couldn't beat him. And then I think in the rematch after that, then Hangman can win it. But not immediately, like not an immediate rematch. But he should definitely lose the first attempt against Omega for the title.
All right.
I mean, he beat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they had a match during the beginning of the AEW run, and I believe Hangman won that, didn't he?
He did not.
Oh, he lost it. Fair enough. Well,
actually, it's Kenny Omega, dude. And remember that they've been planning this storyline almost immediately since AEW started.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that's the case, I think I might actually go with Tito here because think about it. All right, if he loses the first one, yeah. If he loses another one, that's your second strike. You probably got to give the guy a third. Is he going to win on the third one? I don't know.
I mean, theoretically, he could.
Yeah, but theoretically,
it just depends. They can do what. Look, clearly, I can only fantasy book here. Clearly, AEW knows what they're doing, and I'm going to leave it up to their hands. Would it be, in my opinion, better if Hangman loses this next attempt against Omega? It probably would be better. I've been convinced that that's the case. But if he wins it, I'm all right with it, depending on how they do it.
Yeah, like Anderson, listen, they don't know better than us. We are we're idiots on the internet.
You say that, but I've been fantasy booking a lot of things, and then they do it differently, and I like what they do better than sometimes what I think. So I would disagree with that.
We're better. Especially Tito. Tito is the best out of all of us.
I don't know who told you that lie. Shit.
Okay. Sorry, Buck. It was Buck that told me that.
But,
well, Buck drinks too much.
That is true.
Drinks too much.
We know a few people that drink too much. Me included.
Fucking yeah, man. But AEW, like, just go back. I'm gonna go back a little bit, just from when we were talking about Britt Baker. Just like, because I went to the first Fight for the Fallen. I went down there, and just to see, like, that was the one where she got that fucking concussion. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't suggest being jealous. It was hot as shit.
I don't care, dude. I want to be in an AEW show so bad.
I would suggest going to. I don't know how you guys feel about Florida. I'm not a big Florida fan, but I would suggest going to the Daily.
Depends on the city.
I had the chance to go and I couldn't.
Like the Daily's place is fucking dope. The way it's designed, though, like for
Tito,
like 5,000 people max. What up?
Tito, if you end up going to Clearwater, you're going to get kidnapped by Scientologists. No, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm sorry.
Hey,
look,
let me talk to you real quick. Next, you're just like in some fucking van.
Yeah, no, like they put the black sack over your head, hit you in the back with like some crowbars. We're gonna take your readings. You're the next Ron Hubbard.
I'm the next.
So back to Britt Baker. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, that was the only thing. Just to see her come back from like how how she was when she first started though. Like she had the look almost, but just to see she was pretty green. But I mean but like her working on her character to then having like possibly one of the best fucking matches I've seen in that damn company. Then especially for women do, but I don't want to divvy it up from that. But just as just a lights out match, this still one of the fucking best. I think it's only the second one. Third?
I think it's the second.
Third. No, at the time it was the third.
The third? Yeah, but that was like one of the best ones. I still think Omega and Moxley have the best one so far.
I genuinely believe that Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa beat that.
You think so? I think it was pretty close, but I might rewatch it though to see it, to probably honestly.
In my opinion, it was just better. I don't know. I think I'm biased because I really like Thunder Rosa.
No, Thunder Rosa was amazing. I think character-wise, it did more for Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. But like as of I guess if you wanted to see not like crazy ass action, I think Moxley and Omega were. I guess you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, like Britt Baker was talking shit after the match on Twitter.
But when she got from like her getting a concussion by Priestley, and everybody was like kind of making fun of her because nobody knew that what was going on, and she went to the wrong side. Just seeing her now is just
It's disturbing.
It's like it was crazy. Like it's almost like she's a whole different other wrestler now. It's like this shit's awesome.
I mean,
And
well,
now you
like
got-
one thing I will say about AEW is that they do tend to have more injuries. Look at the
Yeah.
Matt Hardy thing. Whenever he hit concrete, I honestly thought he busted his head open.
Hey man, accidents happen.
yeah, I think that they're sometimes too ambitious, like a little bit.
Okay, so Anderson,
I mean,
let me put in,
before you go on that, I mean, look what happened last week with the Young Bucks versus SCU. In case anybody didn't see that, was it Frankie? Yeah,
Frankie
no, not Frankie.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels. Chris hit a pole, and he just started bleeding. I think he cut himself right on the edge of the eye where their muscle is, and he was just squirting the whole time. I swear they had to improvise some of that match because he kept bleeding even till the end.
Yeah,
he
but
was
Chris,
bad.
with Chris being 51 and being like a 25-year veteran,
I wish they would have ended that better. Like, to be honest, like I liked SU like a lot, and I like everybody in SU. It felt just weird. Like
I genuinely agree with you. I felt like they should have won the titles.
Something.
I felt like they should have won because at least if you're gonna break them up, the next time we lose, we're gonna break up. At least break up with a title run.
Yeah, like
that makes sense to me.
And so, Anderson, I want to fantasy book something for you, and I know you're going to hate this, and that's why I'm going to say this.
Your ideas tend to suck, so probably.
Oh well, no, my ideas tend to piss you off on purpose. Okay, what if now this would never happen? Not saying it will, but what if AEW decided one day they started smoking crack and they decided to hire a Nia Jax?
Now, why do you hate me, Nightmare? Why do you hate me? We look. We already have a lot of accidents that happen in AEW. Those are just accidents. We don't need deaths. We don't need deaths.
Yeah.
We don't need deaths.
Injury report right there.
Also, what happened to Bran?
He'll BRB. He'll BRB.
All right. So Tito.
Yeah.
I genuinely, for context, on the last time we did a wrestling episode, I went off on two people. It was Seth Rollins and Nia Jax. And if you ask me which one of them I hate the most, my money's on Jax. I hate Nia Jax so bad. She's injured so many people and ended one person's career, as far as I know.
Yeah, Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane, yeah.
Match.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what happened to fucking her, man.
She's actually now an ambassador for WWE Japan.
Yeah,
man, I like her, man. I was pissed, but I'm sorry.
Well, then Nia Jax ended her career, dude. There you go.
I did not know. I thought they just sent her to Japan because,
no.
She's married to Evil, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Not married, but I think they're engaged.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
That hurt. That just hurt, man. Because I'm already mad at how they treat Asuka, but now they just fucking just destroyed this poor young girl.
See, that's another thing that pisses me off. Oh man, dude, I got so mad. I don't know why WWE hates their Japanese wrestlers. Right now, they're in talks with New Japan.
Yeah, no, we covered that earlier.
Yeah, they're in talks with New Japan, and they prove. I honestly don't think New Japan will take the bait. I genuinely don't think it's gonna fucking happen because look how they treat their Japanese wrestlers. Yeah, sure, Asuka had a nice run, but Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble the same night, went on to WrestleMania, and both lost.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, that pissed me all the way off.
So Tito, I have to ask you: do you hate Nia Jax because she's a big girl?
No, I actually. It's nothing about that, man.
Tito likes him some big girls. Don't worry about that.
Are you racist against fat people? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I mean that's not racist.
Well, I really wouldn't call them people, but I'm just joking.
You know what? I agree with you.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I'm saying I gotta agree with you with Nia Jax though, because she was going on a spur, just injuring everybody. That shit was horrible.
And she
You
heard
know,
all the truth.
I hate Rollins because of the botches he's done. I mean, he almost ended Sting's career. That pissed me off because ever since I was a wee little lad, I wanted to see Sting versus The Undertaker, and finally we had a chance. And then that happened, and then WWE didn't really help with that situation. So
Correction. We finally had a chance, and then that happened, and then we got Goldberg versus Undertaker.
Saudi Arabia's not canon. We don't talk about that.
Oh my god, that was
Saudi. Don't think about it, Tito. Saudi Arabia is not canon.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Saudi Arabia, they're going to run some shows there this year. So,
you better believe they were. Damn it! Oh, that's gonna be the worst.
What's the odds that like the Prince decides to just trap them again, like he did last time?
That was ridiculous. I was almost fun. I was like, what the hell?
Vince owed him money.
Oh no! Here's the thing. You want to know something funny? Vince was stuck there, and he missed SmackDown. Right?
Yeah.
He missed SmackDown that night. SmackDown was amazing because Vince wasn't there. They literally called in and they said, improvise the show because we're the important people are stuck overseas. So they said improvise the show. To my knowledge, besides Roman Reigns currently right now, to my knowledge, that is the best SmackDown in recent history.
Yeah, that was the NXT invasion, right?
It was. Triple H. Triple H was involved in that.
Yeah, and Triple H
was awesome.
He needs to he needs to take over, man. I know.
Okay.
Never gonna take over.
Look,
he's never gonna die.
Tito, look, I can see that you don't want to say it, so I'm gonna say it for you. Vince McMahon should hurry up and die.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to.
I don't want to be mean or anything, but
I think that Hunter would also be more open to working with different promotions.
You know what? We'll see. I just think Hunter would be better. Not Stephanie. Definitely not Stephanie. Just Hunter.
What about
himself.
Shane? Shane books himself as the world champion.
No, but
he'll try to shove himself in there.
I genuinely think Shane does a good job. He just likes to wrestle. He's the rich boy that wanted to become a wrestler and didn't have a proper chance. I don't blame him, honestly. Like, I don't think he should be champion, but if he wants to book himself in matches, I got nothing against that. I mean, Shane's entertaining. You can't take that away from him.
Oh, really? Yato's doing it again, so.
Yeah, I just sent him a message.
Who's Hulk Hogan? Okay, let me tell you who's
Hulk
Hogan.
No, we're not doing this.
Why?
Me and Tito dealt with this for 20 minutes.
What?
We were drunk, and he trolled us for 20 minutes. Fuck you, Yato.
Look, I was so mad. I was drunk as hell.
So was I. Like, we were posting Hulk Hogan gifts.
I was like, you have to know who the fuck Hulk Hogan is. I'm gonna fight guy.
You know what? I can accept that. At least he didn't ask who's Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
Don't tempt him. Oh, here it is.
I mean, if he does it now, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, even though I was more of a Macho Man fan, but still, everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is.
Macho Man is my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
without a shadow of a doubt.
He's up there for me because man, that was some charisma for your ass right there.
If we're following generations, it's Ric Flair, Macho Man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, probably Randy Orton, CM Punk. That's like my line of favorite wrestlers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying I don't watch soap operas. No, he just watches human dog fighting, which is UFC.
Yeah. You basically watch Michael Vick.
Yeah.
I was never super into UFC until a friend of mine got me into it.
Yeah, no, I watch UFC too. So.
Yeah, no, because here's the thing, right? I like the spectacle of wrestling, right? Yeah. As we all do, right? We love the spectacle. So it's no surprise that I only got into MMA when Conor McGregor was doing it,
okay, yeah, because they even get elements of wrestling in that shit. Like their grandiose way they talk and shit like that. They're just cutting promos, and stuff like that. There's a lot of crossover. Like especially a lot of these wrestlers now are doing have background in MMA and stuff like that. Like we were saying, like Thunder Rosa and
Shinsuke Nakamura went 3-0 in MMA before he decided to start wrestling. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley.
If you want to talk about real fantasy booking, I want to see Shinsuke Nakamura versus Butterbean in his prime.
Oh God.
So oh my God! Speaking of that, I watched a video, right, and it was somebody reviewing Tito. I'm sure you remember this. Hulk Hogan Celebrity Wrestling on CMT.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yes, and Butterbean was a part of it, and so was Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I remember Dennis Rodman.
Somebody made the joke since Dennis Rodman won it. Shocking. Spoiler: it's been out for 13 years now. That belt's probably on Kim Jong Un's desk right now.
Right? How did you become friends? That weird ass man become friends with Kim Jong.
Well, I mean, they both like systemic racism, so that's something.
Not to mention, it's Dennis Rodman. You're from near Detroit. Are you really shocked that Dennis Rodman's nuts?
Yeah, right. That does make perfect sense.
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
No, man. We're talking about Bubba the Love Sponge.
Same difference.
Yeah, that was a horrible sex thing.
You know what's funny? The moment that happened, I literally 2 weeks before that whole scandal came out, I bought up my first ever Hulk Hogan T-shirt.
Ooh.
I bought it. I was even wearing it to school, man. It was awesome. And then the moment that happened, I just had to take a picture, post it on my socials, and be like, "Does this shirt make me look racist?" So many people said yes.
Oh man, what are you gonna? Oh man, but I mean, how was he the? What was it? What was that joke when that first came out? I was like, how was he a racist when Booker T called him the N word? And Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you, nigga.
And then just look at Sherry's face whenever he did that, and Booker just looks down like, "Oh God, what have I done?
What have I done?"
I'm fired. I'm fucking fired.
Embrace it, man. It's he's black. He can say it. I mean, if Vince McMahon can say it, he can say it, right?
Oh yeah, Vince did say that.
That was the weirdest.
Casino.
Keep up the good work, my nigga.
Yeah, he said it to John Cena. It's like
he said it to John, and then Hulk Hogan.
Guys.
No, I mean not Hulk Hogan, and then Booker T in the background, just like, what the hell?
No,
just
tell me he did not just say that.
Booker T, man.
Oh, you gotta love Vince.
Vince was actually pretty dope back in the days, man. I think
oh yeah, I mean, hell, well, that character is still great when done right. Excuse me.
Yeah, when done right, it is I just think where it's going, and you can just clearly see that he's just writing these shows on the fly, and at the last minute, it's like, man, I don't even see him now.
Speaking of North Korea, do you guys remember whenever New Japan and WCW?
I don't remember anybody talking about North Korea ever.
Well, we're bringing up Kim Jong Un, so shut up. But no, but this actually is relevant in wrestling. They did that super show in North Korea in the 90s.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I never.
Yeah.
They don't have a video of that, do they?
Yeah,
of course not.
No, I think they got some video. I think they showed it in the documentary that just came out about it.
They would have had to gone. It was Kim Il Sung back then, so maybe that was the guy that used to kidnap film directors and make bad Godzilla knockoffs.
All I know is that before this documentary, I loved Ric Flair, and after this documentary, I just love him more.
Yep.
Oh man,
I love Ric Flair.
Yeah, so I've told this story. I don't know if I told it on the show, but I've told it in private. My one interaction with Ric Flair was a bunch of legends were having a show near my high school. So I go up there, and I asked Ric Flair for an autograph. I was 10. Keep that in mind, right? And he just looks at me. He's like, "Well,
you were 10 years old in high school."
I said, "You know what I mean?" It was near where I would eventually go to high school at, but
we were in high school allowing 10-year-olds.
Anderson, shut the fuck up.
What?
Anyways, Hogan just looks at me and says, "Well, kid, that's $100." All of a sudden, Scott Steiner comes in and is like, "Rick, you're a fucking dick. Here you go."
Here you go, kid.
And then my dad and we talked to Scott Steiner for 10 minutes. He's like, and he looked at my dad and said, "Yeah, don't bother him. He's an asshole. Fuck him."
Oh man.
I ironically, this is Scott Steiner telling you this.
Yeah, I know. Like the man that did the TNA announcing for one night, that was fantastic.
I mean, realistically though, a lot of people give Scott Steiner a bad rap. He's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
a really cool guy.
Oh,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Give me a fucking mic.
Hailing from Dunkin' Donuts.
That guy is hilarious, man. Like, oh man, that. I mean, who didn't like him back in the day? Like,
DDP.
GDP.
oh, damn,
They got into backstage fights, or anybody that like he went after
I
him avoid
love
rage.
DDP, man.
I
love DDP.
One of those-
I love DDP. I'll be honest, I've never been a big fan of DDP, but I love DDP because he's helped so many other wrestlers with their issues. Like Jake the Snake. I'm a giant Jake the Snake fan.
He's actually
So-
taking in Mark. He's actually taking in Buff Bagwell now.
Oh yeah.
Great.
And that's the thing. It's like, right, all right. DDP, he's probably one of the best people in the business. Like
Yeah.
not characters, but like actual
Oh, yeah.
people. He's
I
up
mean,
there.
just like Titus O'Neil, shit wrestler, amazing
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I love that the highlight of his career is going to be him tripping in Saudi Arabia and falling.
No, that has changed. The highlight of his career was being forced to dress up as a pirate
Yeah.
next to racist Hulk Hogan.
Yes, and then act like you didn't want to just knock the hell out of Hogan.
You saw it in his eyes, man.
Is that what they're gonna have to do every year now until fucking he dies? Is that they're gonna like just like grab a black wrestler and just slap him with fucking
Yep.
Hogan every
I genuinely they did it with the New Day.
Watch it be
they-
like MVP or Bobby Lashley next
They
year.
they first did it with the New Day, then it was Titus. Who's gonna be the next black guy? No, wait. I gotta say this the right way. Like the Vince McMahon way of thinking. Well, pal, who's gonna be the next nigga we're gonna put with Hulk Hogan?
Oh my god!
Exactly how you said.
Probably Bobby Lashley.
It would be Bobby and Bobby
Oh,
Lashley. Like
yeah.
he's a great guy, but zero charisma. Like,
I
oh, hello.
I tell you, pal, that Bobby Lashley, he's a good nigga to put with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard, please, you gotta stop saying that out loud.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest though. When it comes to Bobby, right? So I don't really care that he doesn't have. He has the charisma equivalent of a brick.
Yeah.
I don't like that, right? In modern times, right? Like you don't have to have a great personality,
Look
right?
at Brock.
Look at fucking Brock. Yeah, Brock is sub brick. Seriously,
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
sub brick.
Like if you can hit like a brick and you look like you can hit like a brick,
Yeah. No,
you have a
I
mouthpiece, you're fine.
Yeah, I genuinely, that's why MVP is great for Bobby. So I have no issue with Bobby. Bobby's a great champion. Just keep entertaining me inside the ring. You don't need, and hell, his mic skills aren't shit, and he can talk, he can defend himself.
Better than Brock.
Way better than Brock. So it's whatever. Like I love Bobby Lashley. Keep it up.
Man,
Can I just say
I
that
don't
I
know.
am
Oh,
the-
yeah,
I'm the only one, and you two know this because Tito was there when this happened. I'm the only one that has ever got retweeted by MVP in this chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All because I told people to go look at the song he did. And he's not a half bad rapper. I mean, it was not good, but
MVP's pretty dope though. Like I just wish they never broke up that Hurt business. I was like, because I
That
like
was a
stables.
mistake.
I
That
like
was stupid.
stables. I enjoy stables, like or whatever.
oh, and now they've got Cedric and Shelton feuding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
I was
bit-
like, why? Like
I-
Vince hates tag teams so fucking much.
Yeah.
Even
A lot of people are judging AEW saying, "Oh man, AEW has like 28,782 stables." It's like, and WWE has 0. What's your point?
Yeah, I was like, at least.
well, no, NXT's got one.
Like you'll see him.
Oh, which one?
NXT just formed one this past week.
Oh yeah, like it
Which
was all
what's it
black.
called?
I don't know what it's, but basically they got all the black wrestlers and made a
It's like a
giant.
play on. It's a play on like Death Row Records, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
I mean,
though.
the best faction in modern day in WWE is fuck. I even forgot their stable name. The one with Adam Cole. I forgot their stable name.
Oh, I was about to say
Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era. Yeah.
I was about to say shock the system.
Well, that's their theme
It's
song.
shock the system. Yeah, no, but Undisputed Era is definitely the best faction they ever had, and it made sense that they broke up because they were together for so long,
3 years.
so long. Yeah, so it makes sense for them.
And
But
the best part is like Bobby Fish, the guy that was always injured in the Undisputed Era, has now gone on to become a Canadian QAnon supporter.
Man, what? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that shit.
What is up with like Val Venus now, like being insane? The Iron Sheik being the Iron Sheik. Like me and Tito were just trading Iron Sheik tweets back and forth.
Oh,
so
Iron
sad.
Sheik is the
I'm so
best.
sad about the Sheik.
Oh, just like what? His body? Like just being broke down, or just
No, the Sheik
Or
just
like-
has a lot of issues, man. I don't know if you've seen the documentary about him.
Oh no, because the people told me like how sad it kind of was, and I
It
was like,
was-
I almost felt like didn't watch it.
Dude, it's so sad. I mean, fans genuinely give him money because they love him, and it's a lot of pity. But it's so sad, man. He literally cannot control himself.
Damn.
To be fair, I love his Twitter, and Tito knows that. I like
His
retweets.
Twitter is amazing. Is
Oh,
amazing.
also, he walks around on both his legs normally, but his ankle is broken. I think on his left leg. So he walks around with like a
A cane.
No, it's not. He doesn't use a cane. It's just he walks around with that foot all bent up, and it looks
Ooh.
really bad.
Oh my god. Oh,
Jesus Christ, Sheik, take the cane.
yeah, right, man.
It's not even the cane. Take the damn surgery.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
that
like,
shit.
literally, but like his. Okay, I'm going to read you guys his pinned tweet that's on the Iron Sheik's fucking Twitter page. What are you motherfuckers doing on social media? Go tell somebody you fucking love them. Go fuck yourselves. All in caps too, which is great.
It's always a cat.
You know what? He has a point. We should tell our mothers that we love them and then go fuck ourselves.
Yeah, right.
Question: like,
In that order.
did Sheik just like accidentally turn on the caps lock one day and then just forgot to turn it off?
No.
He just thinks that's all the way you type. You gotta be all.
But no, dude, genuinely, those documentaries make me really sad. I mean, whenever I saw the documentary for Jake the Snake back when he had his issues, that was really sad. So I'm glad that Jake got to turn his life around. He's doing great right now.
Oh man, like
DDP is another reason for that.
the way
Dude,
I'm sorry.
DDP is such a god, man. I love him.
He's great, yeah. Like, I think the one that got me, it didn't make me like cry or anything, but it just made me like, oh shit, it's tough to watch. Is the Heroes of Wrestling with
Oh yeah.
DD? Oh, and DD, well, not DD. I mean Jake the Snake is because I mean if you're a wrestling fan, you like Jake the Snake to
He
some
air
level.
humps with the snake, man.
Yeah, I was like, oh no,
He's
I was
fucked
like-
up.
Yeah, I was like, it is just like Victory Road with Jeff Hardy, like just fucked up, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
What the hell's
Like,
going? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
I
just
mean,
like,
you saw Bischoff mouth to Sting the change. He said you're gonna slash him, drop him, and pin him. They looked at Jeff and does the same thing and walks out.
yeah. Oh man, that joke was horrible. Just like being.
But I mean, that may have actually been a good thing for Jeff because in interviews since it happened, Jeff said that probably saved his life.
Oh yeah, like he didn't want to carry that match. That would have been way dangerous. Knowing how he is too, like he would have tried to do like a swanton, could have fucking killed himself, or like
Yeah,
been paralyzed.
I'm just imagining a stone Jeff Hardy trying to do a swanton now.
He can pull it off.
I mean, he's done it before. He's done matches where he literally smoked right before with Rob.
Oh man, Rob. But
You have to look the WWE Hall of Fame whenever Rob Van Dam shouted out his rolling papers.
yeah, I'm surprised
man.
they even got him
Right.
in there.
You know that Vince didn't know about that. You know that he told Hunter, hey man, can I just like shout out a product placement? And Hunter's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Go buy the RVD rolling papers.
He's like, what is that? What's going on?
Oh my god, it's funny. There was actually a story RVD told about why it was only called the 420 leg drop when he was with Ray. Because he said he basically had the trick Vince. He said, there's 4 feet, and I wear a size 12 boot, and Ray wears a size 8. So 4 and 8 plus 12 is 20. So that's how he tricked him and they're calling it the 420. Rob's not an idiot. Like, he's a stoner, but he's not an idiot.
Right? Oh, from Michigan too.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I think he's from like where Kellogg's is made and shit.
He's from Battle Creek.
Yeah, Battle Creek. I've never been there. I don't really go that many places. In
I was
Michigan.
about to say, Tito, aren't you from Detroit?
No, I'm on the west side of Michigan. I'm from what I call Diet Detroit.
Oh, okay, so
Lansing.
Lansing.
Square mileage.
So Lansing or Saginaw.
I'm closer to Grand Rapids.
Boo.
Yeah, like I'm like in that type of area. Like, no, Lansing's freaking boring. Fucking, and plus it's closer to Michigan State. I'm not a state fan. Fuck Michigan State. The only time I care about them is when they play against Ohio State.
Tito sucking the dick of Ohio. I mean a Big Blue.
Hey, Michigan's amazing.
They suck ass, but it's all right.
Okay. Look, let's be the mid. I'm gonna be the middleman here. I'm gonna say they both suck.
I'm not a fan of either, so yes, I agree.
Fuck you.
But back to saying like that though. I forgot where I was going with that stable thing, but no, the thing is, like, people complain about the stable stuff. But it's like, yeah, I was like, but at least like sometimes you get to see the people that like they'll actually drop a promo. You'll see them on screen, and it gives just some people. I mean, it gives them something to do. Like,
here's the thing.
I mean, not to mention,
So here's why I like that. There's a lot of stables in AEW. It makes sense because if you're a bad guy and you have friends, it makes sense that you cheat. But AEW's dynamic is that we don't want to cheat as much because we want wins and losses to matter. So how do we counterbalance that? Well, we give the good guys, the faces, we give them friends and they make their own stables. So now the stables are just fighting each other. And, if the heels want to cheat, they have to deal with the good guys. And so it just all clashes. It all makes sense in my brain. So I like that there's a lot of factions.
Not to mention, like, what was one thing that the Attitude Era had a lot of?
Factions.
Shitload. That was like.
Yep. You had the Nation of Domination, DX, the Right to Censor.
APA.
Yeah. Well. I mean, the APA.
The Cult of the Undertaker.
Oh,
was
yeah.
fun.
What was it? Something Darkness. I forget.
Yeah,
Ministry of Darkness. Yeah.
Oh yeah, APA is not really a fucking stable. My bad.
Well, I mean, they're a tag team. It's literally.
I mean, okay. I disagree. They joined someone that paid them, therefore making them a stable.
No, that makes them hitmen. There's a difference.
Same difference.
That was literally their gimmick. Is if you paid them money, they'd go beat somebody's ass for you.
I mean, wouldn't you pay them?
It depends.
I pay them.
Depends. Like, are they going to fight like Mike Tyson? Because if that was 1-on-1, I think I'd pick Tyson in both instances.
They could get away with it.
Fucking, but yeah, man, I used to love, like, that's one thing too. Like, I loved factions back then. I don't think they have too many. Well, once again, like, because I'm a New Japan fan, everybody's in like groups, per se for there too. But like, it kind of just gives like, more. You can go more with a story, and I don't know. Like, I don't want to sound too biased, but I do really like AEW, and I mean, I can also criticize it too, but I'm not gonna be like hyper critical with it.
Yeah.
But like some people just don't like have the fun. Like some some of these wrestling fans, especially now on the internet, they make me kind of hate fucking wrestling. I'm like, they just don't.
Wait, so like, speaking of New Japan, what do you guys think of Ospreay having to relinquish the title?
What was that about?
It sucks. He's injured. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he hurt him. I forget. It wasn't a match, if I remember correctly. I think he tore his. Was it his rotator cuff he tore?
Yeah, it really sucks because he's been grinding for all these years to be in that position. Yeah, and this is a long-term storyline. I mean, I remember a promo he did 3 years ago that he whenever he lost to Kazuchika Okada. He did a promo saying that one day he's going to be on top and it'll all be fucking worth it. And I'm going to give respect to the junior division because nobody respects the junior division. Like, he did all of that. He's been grinding all these fucking years. And just like that, like on a flip of a coin, it was all just taken from him. And it sucks. I get with him.
Yeah.
But But with everything that goes on in wrestling, the show must go on. And now the question is, who's going to be our next champion?
Probably Okada.
My money's on Ibushi again.
I mean, okay, but here's the
It
thing.
just makes sense to go back to Ibushi after that.
It does, but here's the thing, though, right? And like New Japan in the past 5 to 10 years, they are not as hesitant to put the title on an American as they were throughout whenever Inoki was running it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is why I'm sorry. Were you going to say something, Tito?
Yeah, yes, Tito.
No, I don't think I was going to say anything. I was going to kind of listen to you guys, and I'm just still trying to think of that for like an Oscar or anything.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing, right? So this is why I personally wanted to be Ibushi, and it makes sense to be Ibushi. I say give it to Ibushi, let him have a decently long reign with it, and then let Kenny Omega take it. It makes sense.
Wow, you were all in Omega's dick today, aren't you?
Dude, here's the thing. Actually,
to take it from. I actually want Ibushi to be the one to take it from.
They could go either way.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? Genuinely, kayfabe. I hate Omega. Kayfabe. Because personally, I like my favorite wrestler right now in AEW is Penta.
Oh, me too. I got a mask.
I want to buy one. The fact that Penta, Ray, and Pac have been cheated multiple times because of Omega pisses me off. So I personally kayfabe hate Kenny Omega. So there you go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, Tito. But you do have the built-in story with Omega and Ibushi being tag team. Yeah, being a tag team before, but. Like Tito said, I would rather Ibushi beat Kenny.
I'd be okay with that. That makes sense to me. Make Ibushi the AEW World Champion and the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. I'm okay with that.
That would be nice. And then just imagine some more of those matches that he could have. Like, and what was it? It was almost tying in with it. Like, you saying about Penta. He's one of my favorites too.
Dude,
that's one of my biggest complaints. Like, there's no reason why those three people. Like, I know Pac is a little bit. I mean, I know it was difficult for a while because what's the name, COVID and stuff was all happening.
What's the name of the pandemic?
Yeah, like that shit that locked us up.
Tito is drunk again, gentlemen.
Just a little bit. I drank a little tequila, but I understand like he was gone for a while, but really I kind of agree with some other people. Like Pac really didn't need a stable, but I am happy with him being in one. But there's no reason why all three of those dudes are not covered in gold right now. Like, I know they're doing the story thing, but they got to do right by them because they've been there since the beginning.
I mean, Pac beat Kenny.
Look, this is just me because I'm biased. I'm super biased, I'm going to be honest. But either give me the Kota Ibushi storyline in like 4 months' time, or just give the world title to Penta and then give the tag titles to Ray and Pac.
That would be. Oh, you want Penta to have it first?
Yeah, I was going to say I'd go opposite.
Yeah,
since Pac's actually beaten Kenny. I say you put it on Pac and give the titles to.
That's another thing that pisses me off. I mean, here's the thing, right? I never knew who the fuck Penta was until All Out. The moment, I don't even care that he lost. I don't even care that Jericho showed up afterwards dressed as him. I was just entranced with this mystical man called Pentagon Jr. I was just entranced, man. I loved him ever since.
He's fucking great. And then fucking, his brother is just
Ray.
Amazing.
Okay,
Ray Phoenix is amazing on the fucking
Ray is a madman. The things that guy can do, like whenever he jumps, he just looks like he's hovering in the air for like a good 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, no, like my one of my older cousins told me that Ray Phoenix reminds him a lot of young Rey Mysterio, like WCW Ray, Eddie Guerrero, Halloween Havoc matches.
But dude, I'm sorry, like I love Ray. Nobody here loves Ray more than me. But damn, that Ray Phoenix better than Rey Mysterio. I'm saying that right now.
I don't think in his prime.
Fight me. Even in his prime, fight me.
I don't think so. Just
fight me.
I think definitely Penta should be at least, if not getting like the championship or the title shot anytime soon or here, he should be TNT champ relatively
Well,
kind of like
I
in the
don't
next
know
like,
because you
Look,
want to
if-
establish Miro as a threat.
yeah,
not
right
now.
now, right now, but like I wouldn't mind him beating him
Oh
for
yeah, I
that.
wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Even I just want that man covered in gold right now. It should be
Yeah.
happening.
He's amazing. He's fucking amazing, and people just fucking love. And like, and that proves like a different thing. Like, I know there's some ignorant people. Like, don't get me wrong. All right, I'm gonna have to bring his what's the name up. I respect him, but I mean, everybody mimics the shit out of him. He's like the Joe Rogan of wrestling.
Yeah.
He's fucking good old Cornette. I like Cornette.
Corny.
Everybody repeats.
Fuck Jake Cornette.
Yeah, but like everybody just feel like he just shits on everything. Just that's all he does.
He has me blocked on Twitter.
Does he really? Holy
Yeah.
shit! But
I
he's like, yeah, but he's one of those people too. Who's like, that was very anti. He's almost just like, Vince in that aspect of like,
He's stuck in the 80s, the 90s.
Yeah,
Well-
Hispanics or like Asian people coming over here is like, well, they don't really can't speak the language, so you can't really have them as a champion. I was like, yes, the fuck you can. I was like, I was like, Pentagon speaks broken ass English kind of, and people fucking love him.
I fucking hate that Vince McMahon said that AEW. What was the phrasing? They set back wrestling 30 years.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
set
it's all
back
because of
wrestling
that cage
30 fucking
match.
years.
Well, no, like here's the thing though, right? I would be the first one to remind Vince. Didn't you almost kill Mick Foley by throwing him off of a similar cage?
Oh, that was improvised.
Still, well, I mean they were both improvised, but like
You can't really fault Vince for that one. That was more creative freedom with the two.
I know,
wrestlers.
but you know what I'm saying though. Like everything has to go by Vince.
Sure.
So technically, it's a bit of hypocrisy on Vince's part because
I mean, of course it is. I mean, Vince McMahon is just pissed that he can't go back to that extreme violence to compete with AEW. And here's the reality of the situation: AEW doesn't have to do this extreme. I personally rather they didn't do it because I don't like to see some of my favorite wrestlers get hurt like they do. But at the very least, AEW doesn't do it all the time. It's very rare. I mean, sure, we're getting it more now because of the pandemic and we want to entertain people. But personally, I don't think they do it a lot as the people claim that they do. It's just good fucking wrestling at the core of AEW. That's why I love them.
I mean, well, another thing is that I think people equate violence with blood. It's like, AEW is a lot looser on the use of blood.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing. I'm sorry, Tito. Real quick.
No, you're good. No, you're
So last week I showed Jessica's grandma. Because she's an old school wrestling fan, Jessica's grandma. So basically, she used to love like people like Abdul the Butcher and shit like that from back in the heyday. Yeah. So I told her, well, you might like AEW, and so I showed her the Blood and Guts match. I showed her what happened with Christopher Daniels last week, and I showed her the Thunder Rosa match with Brett Baker. She watched all three of those matches. She liked them, but she said it's not gory enough like back in the day.
Oh yeah, she's watching that Abdul the Butcher. She's like, I want to see
Yeah.
some bleed out.
She was probably there whenever New Jack nearly killed Vic Grimes the first time.
She does indeed know who New Jack is too.
She was watching me and Gypsy Joe get his head caved in by New
But
Jack.
but that's my point though. Like it's just blood, right? It's not like they're straight up killing each
I
other.
mean, is
right
it blood
there.
or is it blood packets? Because I never
No, it's genuine. It's genuine blood. I mean,
okay, yeah, so they still Blade. Got it.
Look,
Oh,
Britt
Britt
Baker, Dax Harwood, and Christopher Daniels. That's genuine fucking blood right there.
Oh man, like that was the most I guess we would say poetic, but Britt Baker was starting to bleed, and that I gotta get that T-shirt. It's like that shot of her just covered in blood, just like staring, like just looking off, like I guess into where the crowd would be. It's such a great fucking shot. That fucking match, like.
I want that shirt. I want that T-shirt.
Yeah,
You guys know Adam Cole was watching that with a giant smile on his face.
Oh yeah.
You know he did. Man, I want him to kind of show up, man. Like, I mean, it made sense for what's her name? Was it Taya Valkyrie to go to fucking WWE to NXT?
I don't like her new name. I don't like her new name. Frankie Monique.
I was like, what?
What a garbage fucking name. Dude, at least you look. You know what? Frankie Valkyrie could have been better.
Yeah.
Just
Or
keep the
you
Valkyrie.
could just Yeah, like, or you could have just tied her in with Morrison and brought her up to the main roster.
You know, but my point is, you should have kept the Valkyrie instead. But it's such, it just works for her. If you're gonna push her to the moon, keep Valkyrie. It's so stupid. Like Monique, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
And she's a white girl, and her name's Monique.
It is hilarious. So fucking funny.
Again, Frankie Valkyrie could have worked so much better.
Yeah, I would actually like that.
Tito, how many white bitches you know with the name Monique?
Shit, do I know one? I don't
think I can answer that. At least in my case, I can answer that. Fucking zero.
Yeah, I don't think I know a single
one.
Yeah,
zero. Well, I mean, Monty probably knows one.
Man, well, yeah, of course, man, Nightmare. You know what? You always make fun of me being racist, but every time you want to make a black joke, you always bring Monty into it. Do you have
Monty loves white women.
Do you have a problem with Monty, or is it just black people in general? I'm curious, Mr. White Cop.
I have a problem with anybody.
I have a problem with Monty's
jacket. I fuck with Monty. Yeah, so do I. So I like his jacket.
Atrocious.
Yeah, no. Monty's jacket reminds me of fuck. What was it? Who? Oh god, it reminds me of if the Fonz tried to wrestle.
If he just like a manager or something.
Yeah, no, man. Like just imagine Henry Winkler back in the day going toe to toe with like Bruno Sammartino.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
Hey, my bad. So going back to something we were talking about earlier, about me hating Puerto Ricans, Tito. Let me tell you something funny. I hate my people for many things, but a few years ago I got really upset when Pedro Morales died.
Oh, okay.
But you obviously know who Pedro Morales is, right?
Yeah, I just got a picture of the face. I can't put a face on it.
Like second longest rating WWF champion of all time.
Yeah.
Right? So imagine that he dies and no one in Puerto Rico cares.
Yeah, and Puerto Rico is supposed to be a big like wrestling country, or state, right?
No, not anymore.
Oh, it's not anymore?
Not anymore.
What about whenever Carlos dies?
There's, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait till the old man dies.
You want to go finish the job?
No, because honestly, like wrestling isn't big here as it used to be, and it just has to do with people here just not caring. People here just you know. This is the wrestling episode. We're not gonna make this into a politics episode, but for the most part, when Pedro died, I was really upset about it, and the fact that no one here, because whenever an athlete dies, whenever a Puerto Rican athlete dies, there's usually a big fucking parade for the motherfucker.
Oh, okay. Now I see that.
Ain't nobody gave a fuck about Pedro, and that pissed me off.
I mean, because I think probably because they had to let wrestling go after you guys fucking killed
Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody.
Why does everybody keep bringing that up?
Because it happened in Puerto Rico.
So many other wrestlers killed each other in so many other places, and nobody's black sheeping them.
Well, I mean, we tried, but Puerto Rico is an easy target.
Just because North Korea has money, nobody black sheeps them for what happened.
Well, I mean, they have nukes.
So we have coconuts. Piss off.
Oh, he said we have coconuts.
I want to, Anderson. You know what? I want to see you throw a coconut at a nuke and see what happens.
I'll probably disarm the nuke with a single coconut with my +10 luck.
You just rolled a nat 0. You're fucked.
Look, you have no idea what I rolled, bitch. You don't know my dice.
I've got your dice right here. Anyways.
What color is it?
It's probably white.
It's black and red, bitch. Fuck you.
Anyway.
No, but no, I'm sorry, but going back to it. No, yeah, it's just something that pissed me off, man. Like that man deserves a lot more respect. Of a living legend here.
WWE gave him more of a
WWE gave him more of a fucking celebration than we ever fucking did.
Dang, that's crazy. I didn't know. I would have figured that. I thought you guys were still like a big wrestling location.
I wish. I really wish, but no, it's not. I mean, wrestling's still a thing here, but it's not a big audience like it used to be. It really isn't.
Not even.
Isn't the guy that stabbed Bruiser Brody? He's still booking shows, isn't he?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think he's doing something like that, or birthday parties.
Yeah, he's doing birthday parties.
Birthday parties.
Please tell me it's children's birthday parties.
I hope so. I think he is actually.
And then the pinata is just a pinata of Bruiser Brody. Of course.
And
Look at that.
and instead of a bat, it's just him with a fucking kitchen knife.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
He hid the knife in one of the like party pinatas or whatever that he had to go to. He's like,
Congratulations, kid. Now they hate you, not me.
But no, I genuinely wish that wrestling in Puerto Rico was a bigger deal, at least to be more respectful, man. I mean, these guys are just putting their bodies on the line every single
yeah.
fucking day here, still to this day, for peanuts worth of money. It's sad.
Does Carlos not pay them well?
I don't know. I just don't think they're being paid as much as they should. It's a smaller company, really. Like nobody can tell me that WWC is a big company like it used to be. It really isn't. Their venue is. If you see any clips from today, their venue is just super small. They don't do it in the big Coliseum anymore.
Yeah, because they can't sell it out anymore.
I would wonder if, yeah, never mind. I would say nobody really would probably buy it out, or maybe somebody probably would buy. I would have assumed like somebody would have like AAA or something. Like that.
WWE owns it already.
Oh, does it own it?
Yeah, WWE owns it.
Oh yeah, they're just farming out. That's how they get their Puerto Rican.
That's how. Yep.
Oh wait,
much.
he sold it to Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Carlitos in charge of that?
Carlos.
Carlos. Sorry.
Carlitos' father.
Yeah. Oh, he's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's old, but yeah, he's alive.
I mean, technically, he's still involved in wrestling. He doesn't wrestle, but he took a big bump like a few months ago.
Oh damn! I didn't know he was still
Like,
alive.
That old man's tough.
Every time I see somebody that age take a bump, it's just weird. Like, well, it's not weird. It's scary. Like whenever Ric Flair took those bumps in TNA, I was just thinking, "Oh God, don't break your back, Rick."
What about the powerbomb that Sting took a few weeks ago?
Oh
Once
yeah.
again, Sting's in his early 60s.
Dude, but that's scary considering that Seth Rollins broke his freaking neck.
Yeah, it is. And like even with younger people like Edge, for instance, like every time I see him take a neck bump, it's like, ooh, oh, okay.
I don't trust it.
That's how what's his name's out right now, man, and not Ricky Starks. And that fucking kind of hurt me though. Like, yeah, the way he landed on that, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be out for a minute, but he's gonna be out for a while. And like, that guy's a fucking like star ready to fucking like.
Oh, yeah,
he's
what,
good.
Look, and it's unavoidable, right? I mean, accidents happen in wrestling, and it just happens a lot. Except Nia Jax, she's just a fucking idiot. But accidents happen.
You want to know why she's still on the main roster? It's because she's actual blood relatives with The Rock.
Yeah,
I know.
She's like a legit
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, she's a Maya Villa.
Fucking what was I gonna say? Oh, how do you guys feel about Ava Marie or whatever her name
Eva
is?
Marie.
Or Eva Marie.
I hate
Eva
it.
Marie. Well,
Anderson, I'm gonna let you take this.
Okay, how do I feel about Eva Marie as a character? Kind of heelish. I like it. It's pretty interesting. How do I feel about Eva Marie as a wrestler? I don't know. I haven't seen the bitch wrestle.
I've seen her wrestle.
Not impressed, I'm guessing.
Let me just tell you like this: like she's maybe one wrong better than Nia when it comes to like in-ring.
Hey man, that bar is low as fuck. You can't really compare that much.
They need to pull. You know what they're doing
Okay, fine.
good for? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, my bad. Yeah, she basically wrestled for 2 years, was greener than dog shit, retired to go back to being a
Is
fitness
dog shit
model.
really that green in wherever you're from, Nightmare?
Listen, there's a lot of grass around. All right, my dog likes to eat it. Anyways, so
Bring
like
your dog.
he's a Chihuahua. Of course, he's weird. But
Oh well, that's Chihuahua. That's not a dog. That's a fucking rat.
it's a dog. But anyways, so like what ends up happening? Anderson, shut the fuck up. But anyway, so what ends up happening, right? Is she fails as a fitness model once again,
Mm-hmm.
and so she goes crawling back to Vince.
Of course. So what were you gonna say, Tito? It's a rat, right?
No. Oh, yeah.
Tito knows better. I can get his ass on Discord.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he can get me later. But fuck it. No, I was about to say, I was like, I wonder if they're gonna try to do the route like AEW is doing, like which AEW is doing fucking well with what's her name? That's really green, fucking Jade Cargill. Like they know what, but they're doing that shit really fucking good. They're like, all right, she got to look because like that's how Eva Marie was when she first got game. She had a good look to her, and we're like, but she couldn't really wrestle worth the fuck, and it looked like she wasn't interested in wrestling. But like they just like kept on trying to throw in the ring and having these weird long matches and stuff. And that shit was just trash. But like what they're doing with
Not to mention her husband was her agent, which was fantastically
Jade Cargill is fucking amazing.
She's gonna be a fucking star. That's one thing I really do like about AEW. Not to be like really pole jocking them, but I am like a fan of AEW. But they have
it's okay. I also suck the AEW dick, man. It's okay. I'm not gonna judge you for it.
They have so many fucking potential stars, like which also WWE does as well, of course. But it's just like they don't pull the trigger on nobody. At least sometimes it's like on AEW they have somebody kind of going, but like even if they're not in like the championship run, like you still have people.
Look at Jungle Boy.
Yeah, Jungle Boy.
Look at Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy could literally spend the next 5 years losing, and we're all still gonna fucking love him.
Yeah,
because they build him up properly.
Brian Pillman Jr. is another one. Like
Brian Pillman Jr. Oh, I can't wait to see him in like
in a couple of years. He's going to be a star.
Yeah, like he's going to be great. Like I was excited when I first seen him. Like in one of the first, I think it was All Out or whatever. When you see him in the background after Jericho wins.
Yeah, and it's like he doesn't live off of his dad's name. Like that's the thing. Yeah. Like the guy's very talented. Like I mean, to be fair, he doesn't hold a pistol to like the top star's head either. But
I'm gonna shoot this man.
You know what? I would love like if they just reenacted that with Kenny. Like Kenny comes into his house, all of a sudden you just see Brian Pillman Jr. holding a pistol.
The more you stay away from that, the better, I say.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm obviously being facetious.
Of course. We know.
My thing is I kind of agree with some people. I listen to like going in Raw. I find them kind of funny. I listen to them, but I kind of agree with this. Like, I think more people will start flourishing once Cody kind of leaves. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Cody, but he's like almost just like that untouchable phase right now. Like, he's always just beating some people that really should be getting put over. Like, he'll have good matches with them.
I mean, that's why they made him lose against Jericho, and he doesn't have to go for the title anymore. That's kind of the point. Like Cody really didn't want to go for the title, but it didn't make sense if he was going to be winning and putting other stars over. So how do you fix that? Oh, stipulation. I can never challenge for the title ever again. Done.
He's going to get it one day.
Yeah, I'm sure that Jericho. I mean, with Jericho's permission, probably because if they really want to keep true to their word, I don't see them doing it unless Jericho allows it.
I think I really think it's going to be I think it's going to be MJF. Like I think MJF is eventually going to win the title.
Oh yeah.
And really, it should be Hangman that beats him, or Hangman should be kind of next. Like he could either beat Kenny or MJF because him and MJF were like one
MJF
of the
is such a great heel. It's fantastic.
I genuinely don't. This is a storyline that can really happen 3-4 years later because I would not put that title anywhere near MJF right now.
I mean, he doesn't need it. He really doesn't.
No, he really doesn't. But it's that whole thing of we've put world titles on young wrestlers before, and it never ends well. And while I do have Brock Lesnar, you know, look, while I do trust MJF to really do well, I think we should not take that risk. No offense to him, I think we should just let him be a little bit older. And besides, wouldn't the victory be better if we waited for it? Like again, long-term storytelling. That's the best part.
I just say that, like, I wasn't a fan of MJF until I saw him flip off that Make-A-Wish.
The little kid?
Yeah, you know, the Make-A-Wish cancer.
Yeah, dude, I shit you not. I did not like MJ's guy. No, kayfabe, I didn't like him. I just like Omega. Kayfabe, I don't like him.
Stone Cold Steve Austin had to tell him to basically quit being in character or you can get the fuck out of my show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was so in character that Stone Cold was like, "Listen, all right, you're not in the ring."
Kid.
Yeah, no, like kid, knock it the fuck off. All right, like
I mean, don't get me wrong. He really doesn't like to be out of kayfabe. He lives the character. I can respect him for that.
You guys watched that Chris Van Vliet? That's when I first really kind of like liked him though.
Yes.
The Chris Van Vliet interview, he starts eating that omelet and like throws the bread at him.
Dude, I genuinely don't. I love the statement that Cody put out. It's like, look, MJF's kind of a dick. He'll do whatever he wants. So for future references, if you want an autograph or anything, just remember he's kind of a dick. I just love that Cody himself kept it in character. It works for me, really.
Let's be honest. Like, if MJF wasn't MJF, he would have gotten his ass beat by now
Sure.
by like 7 people,
And-
especially to the dad, the cancer patient.
And here's the thing, right? I understand Stone Cold, that Stone Cold wants a genuine, interview with the guy. So I understand Stone Cold breaking kayfabe right there. But for the most part, at least when it comes to the fans, let the guy be a dick to you. Who cares? That's what you're going for. That's what you're paying for. Let him be MJF. Who cares?
However, like I don't think that in that case I agree with you, but he can't bitch if someone like, for instance, throws soda in his face or something like that.
Sure, but I feel like the fans should do that in kayfabe. It's like oh, he's being a dick to me in kayfabe, so I'm gonna throw this soda at him in kayfabe. Like he
That's
should
what I
expect
mean.
that. You know,
Yeah.
in my opinion, MJF, if nobody's trying to stab you, let it happen. Who cares if somebody threw a hot dog in your face? Let it happen. It's part of the show.
All
Let it-
of a
but-
sudden you hear
No,
natural born
that's another
killers.
thing. That's another thing, right? If nobody's getting hurt, I miss that fan to wrestler interaction from back in the day. If nobody's getting hurt, there should be a fan interaction. Like I remember back in the heyday, like the random fan in the crowd that had a crutch, and some guy took the crutch and just beat the shit out to like. I
Steve
love that.
Blackman
I
did that.
love that interaction. I miss it so
You
much.
got the
So
old school, like WCW thing with it back when they used to like trash the stage and shit like that, like throwing cups and stuff like that in the ring, like boo.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but can I just say something? Like I'm just imagining MJF pissing some redneck off. Redneck dumps his coke, and all of a sudden MJF's about to punch him. All of a sudden you hear natural born killers,
Oh man,
and then like it's just a floating staple gun like attached to some string.
Dude.
oh man.
I just miss that I just miss that fan interaction, man. I wish they do more of that, but I understand why they can't do it. You can't really trust the fans.
Not to mention
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean, whatever. Like even before COVID, I miss that interaction with fans. It's fun.
Well, like the last time
Yeah,
I saw it happen was whenever Cesaro went into the crowd and destroyed that little kid's beach ball.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. He
Yeah,
ripped the hell
that's-
out of it.
That's another thing. Remember the WrestleMania beach balls? They were so much fun.
Yeah, until
was it
WWE
Heyman
banned
just
them.
recently did. Heyman
Yeah.
before COVID did it. He had fan interaction like a motherfucker. He was just drinking
Yeah,
beers and drinking them. And shit.
Yeah, I remember the one time at WrestleMania, the ball landed in the ring and Jericho just kicked it back.
Yeah, but you expect Chris to do that.
Of course. I mean, Chris was a major dick back in those days.
Like, I honestly will say, I think I've told this Nightmare here before, or I was like, I think Chris Jericho, like, out of my life, like watching wrestling, like he's possibly like my favorite wrestler because he's the one I've seen from because I used to be a WCW kid at first, so I seen him from not always, from like Japan.
The man of 1,004 holds.
Yes. Yeah,
That was
I started from there all the way now.
Just to be a
like,
dick, just to one up Dean Malenko.
and just to see him just go through, he's just always been amazing.
Do you remember Ralphus?
Oh hell yeah, Ralphus.
Yeah. Fun fact: Ralphus was a truck driver for WCW.
I remember.
Chris Jericho just pulled out and was like, "Hey, I need a bodyguard. You want in?" He's like, "Yeah." Ralphus died last year, actually. Sadly
Oh
enough.
dang,
that's sad.
Yeah,
Hard to
man,
say.
he's possibly my favorite, and what he did with AEW, it was right for him to win it. It was right for him to win the fucking championship first, and he did kind of carry or just help set up float AEW to where it is kind of now, and it's still pretty good. They're still making some type of blemishes, but they're still really new though.
I mean, it's not a finished product.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like is people that do try to compare WWE, AEW. It's like, oh, if WWE did this, and you guys would say it's dumb. I was like, yeah, you want to know why? Because WWE's been on for 40, the third,
60.
60 fucking years. They can not really have excuses of why some of their shit it was fucking insane. I mean, granted, you still kind of do it right now, but I mean, even though when AEW makes a mistake, they usually own up to it, or they just start immediately trying to correct it or whatever.
Or they just turn it into an angle like they did with the exploding barbed wire.
Yeah, WWE doesn't really give a shit. If something was fucked up, just like they say, back to we were talking about that Hell in the Cell with the first ever ref stoppage. Well, first they said disqualification, but yeah, when that happened with the Fiend and all that.
That was the second one.
Oh, Was the second?
Roman and Braun had one when Brock tore down the fucking cage door.
Oh, oh, damn, I don't think I've even seen that one. But yeah, like when that happened, like they just didn't acknowledge it really at all. Like ever, I was like, oh, we're not going to talk about this shit. Like,
That
it
was
just
the
literally
only
happened.
title change that happened on one of those major house shows. That was whenever the Fiend beat him. He beat him on like I think it was either the one in Australia or it may have been a Saudi Arabia show.
Probably was it?
I think it was Saudi.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about with
Where the
Goldberg
Fiend
and-
finally beat him. Yeah.
Oh, the Fiend beat him. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Goldberg and
No,
the
that-
Fiend.
It's still non-canon.
Yeah.
That was that one.
Record books say otherwise.
No, it's still non-canon.
Dude, I dropped my food when I was watching. I think I was eating like some pizza or something, and I just dropped that shit. I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
But going back to what you were talking about, Tito, earlier. No. I'm sorry. Like, were you going to continue?
No, I'm just kind of high, so I just kind of like.
No, dude, you don't need to apologize, dude. It's all right. No, but
Yeah, I know.
I'm kind of jealous. I want to get high. No, so going back to what you were saying originally, man. A lot of hardcore annoying fans just make me hate wrestling sometimes, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
Because again, they're just really shitting on AEW for no reason other than they're just WWE sycophants.
Yeah.
And I personally, I just don't enjoy the criticism. I mean, us as the real fans of AEW, we criticize the product. We know what's good. We know what sucks. You know that we don't agree with everything that AEW does, but for the most part, it's a better product than WWE.
I mean, it's very similar to how TNA was 06, 07. You know, people have very similar arguments to when they did back then. And granted, TNA was never well. No. They did get an audience of 1 million at one time, but you know what I mean, though. Like now that there's a viable alternative, people are going to find a way to shit on it.
You know the thing that WWE fans, like the hardcore knowing ones, you know the one they say that really pissed me off, and they have and they really don't have a leg to stand on. I don't get the big deal with Kenny Omega. He's not even a draw, and even Jim Cornette has said that. And here's the thing: so you're telling me that a dying program like TNA, no offense TNA, but it's facts.
Oh yeah,
you're telling me that all of a sudden they break 1 million views because Kenny Omega is their champion, and you're gonna tell me that he's not a fucking draw?
Yeah, right. Like,
I mean, he sold out the Tokyo Dome how many times?
So piss off, he's not a draw.
I mean,
yeah, people they just act like if it didn't happen in America, it doesn't fucking count. And like,
it's happening in America, so it fucking counts.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm just looking up because I know he sold out the Tokyo Dome. How many fucking times?
Had some of the best fucking matches I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, like, so you know, the Tokyo Dome's capacity is 55,000 people.
God damn. And they're just saying like, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, it's not like how it used to be. I was like, that's why I like Brian Zane wrestling with regret, because he's even always said he's like wrestling will never stay the same. It it advances throughout time. It's like, yeah, you start out with these big, humongous people, whatever, just slamming people, everybody's moving slow. But I was like, yeah, once people, once people start getting drug tested and you can't just easily just have steroids everywhere, well, certain people or whatever, some of these people are gonna start slimming down. They're not gonna be as fucking big. Yeah. Like, then, more high flying stuff. Like after, once you started getting people like the Hardy Boys and
I mean, Uncle Sam kind of had something to do with the steroids.
Right.
Going to prison sort of scared Vince McMahon.
Oh man, that was hilarious with his fucking neck brace on when he's going to court.
Yeah, no, he worked the court. He tried to work the court, and it was fantastic. It's just like there was a story about Bray Wyatt. He had jury duty, but he stayed in character in jury duty, so he didn't have to stay.
That's great. Fucking yeah, I wasn't saying but some of these internet fans, even on the opposite side, even some of these super AEW fans, they're like, dude, man, it's like you can criticize some of this shit, but it was like, but yeah, it's like some people are just so against it for some reason, or just even against if I say, hell yeah, I like New Japan, they're like, man,
they're fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that stuff's like you get hit with 9 V triggers not go down. And I was like, but the hit's different. I was like some of their matches are fucking amazing. I was like, the WWE, like, how many times have we seen the 5 moves of doom from Cena day in and day out?
15 years, 17 years.
Right? Day in and day out, like every like I hate to say it, but like when the Usos and New Day fight, like them both as a tag team, but when they fight together, you could almost like they fought so much, like you already know their moves and like how what they're gonna fuck.
Yeah, but to be fair, they have been known to change things up, like with the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, they have switched it up though recently. Like this was back with probably what was it?
When they fought 72,000 times.
Yeah, when they did that over the fucking.
It's like Cena and Orton.
Yeah. There we go. Like Orton really doesn't. Yeah, Cena and Orton. Yeah, that's what actually really good.
Here's the thing, right? Like I could argue that Orton has a smaller moveset than Cena, but God, it's more entertaining to look at Orton work than Cena.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Randy's style was just more methodic.
Yeah, Randy.
It just works for and people have criticized Orton over the years. Like, man, Orton, you don't really change your stuff a lot, man. Like, do something new. It's like, listen. When what I do is the most devastating thing in WWE, you don't need new stuff. All right.
Well, mention that's not the only thing. People have said that Randy, for instance, Randy doesn't go 100%, and that you can see that sometimes. He's just not into it. Yeah. If Randy is trying 100%, he is one of the best pro wrestlers in the world.
Oh yeah,
and fucking down.
Oh yeah.
But
like, can't take that away from him.
Tito, one funny thing you may find about Randy is that he went AWOL in the Marine Corps.
Yeah,
He got kicked out of the Marines.
Damn, I was like, lucky he had that Orton name, boy.
Not all of us have WWE to fall back on.
Damn, but fucking
That's why, like, you see his tattoos. You see like giant ink blotches. They're covering up a USMC tattoo.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, this would never happen because, again, Randy rather just collect a paycheck than give us all the greatest wrestling match of his career, right? But if one day Randy just decides to, if he wakes up one day and he's like, you know what? I want to be the best fucking wrestler in the world today. Just go to AEW, man. Just do it. Fucking do it.
He is.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was at once. Like,
no. I mean,
was gonna go. I really thought Jordan Grace was gonna go recently. Like I thought she was gonna show up to AEW. I was kind of bummed out about that one.
I mean, we don't even know where Danny Bryan's gonna go right now.
You just like the thick women too.
I know. Okay. I do actually. Like, I was hoping to see her. I was like, hell yeah. Was it Big Mama?
I miss Awesome Kong. What the fuck happened to Awesome Kong?
She retired.
Yeah, she retired.
Oh,
she had a kid. She got married. And she retired.
Yeah, like I know she's like.
Wait, did she had another kid?
This one wasn't a stillborn. Her first one was a stillborn.
So she had another kid after AEW debut.
No, I don't know. I think she just got tired. Not to mention she was working with Glow.
Yeah, Glow. She had to do Glow for a while.
And
stopped. But I don't know if she's gonna come back or anything.
I think she's happy, like being a mother.
Look, if she doesn't want to come back, that's fine. That's up to her.
Her legacy is already cemented.
Look, I'm just disappointed because this is twice that it's happened. It happened in WWE where she got pregnant, she had to go. I was excited to see her in WWE, then she left. Same thing with AEW. It started off great. The hair thing was kind of weird, but I was excited, man. Like that night that she debuted. I was like, holy shit! Like I was watching that live with Jess. I freaked like when Brandy said "awesome," I'm like, who the fuck is she talking about? And then the fucking screen just Awesome Con. I mean, no fucking way! I freaked the fuck out, dude. That was insane. It was amazing. And then she's gone again, and I'm pissed.
I think it's possibly kind of like I wish she probably would have had like at least a couple more matches, but I think she was already kind of on her way out anyway because I think she has like bad knees or something like that.
Yeah, she does.
That's
like let's be honest, she's a big woman.
Yeah, just like Aja Kong. Aja Kong's been in forever. Like I really wanted both. I mean, they fought before, but I wanted them to see them fight on an AEW ring. But right now, it's almost at the point like I don't want them to fight just because I don't want to have my hopes up. Cutting
Yeah,
both of them out,
well,
like, you know.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no,
the same
look.
thing with the Taker Goldberg match. You know, if that would have happened 15 years earlier, yeah, it would have been a decent match.
I'll be honest, man. Goldberg versus Undertaker, I could care less about that. Even if it wasn't shit match, I could care less.
I'm
I
talking
don't
about the
care.
casual fans.
Look,
Yeah,
I don't care.
No,
Look, I don't care if they're crippling mummies on the verge of death. I want to see Undertaker versus Sting, and I want it now. Okay.
That's probably the only way you're going to get it.
Look, I genuinely don't care if it's just too crippling. I don't even care if you do a cinematic match. I just want to see those two just kill each other. All right, I want to see it.
I can see
Taker's
him
done.
doing.
It is not just mine. It is every wrestler's wet dream to see those two in a match.
If it was cinematic, they've been pretty. Of course, it's WWE because of course they're gonna have like better production, but like and they've been doing it for years. But like yeah, the cinematic matches they look pretty good. But
Oh yeah, the
like,
Boneyard match was great.
oh yeah,
It was basically just a buried alive match, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good match. Then I actually do we really have to thank Matt Hardy for that because you know
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
we
the one
do.
who's doing all
Yes,
that.
We
definitely.
do.
We really
Definitely
have-
got to thank Matt Hardy for that.
Yep, the
100%.
broken Matt brought us the Ultimate Deletion, which was fantastic.
I cannot fucking wait for Jeff Hardy to leave WWE because the one thing I want to see right now is Willow. I miss that character.
He's not
Yeah.
going to do it. Jeff's already said he's retiring when his run's over with WWE. So
Fuck him.
Damn.
How dare he? How dare he fail me in Bound for Glory then just quit when I
how
want him
dare
to do
he
more?
when he probably took more bumps than Evil Knievel.
How that's not true and you fucking know it, cunt. That is not fucking true.
I knew that would get to you.
Evil Knievel, oh dude, Evil
Broke
Knievel
every
fucking
bone in his body.
destroyed his body, man. No, you cannot compare those two.
You know what I mean, though. Jeff has hurt himself so much.
Sure.
That, like, Jeff doesn't even do the proper twist of fate now because he can't.
Mhm.
His back's fucked up, so he does it with a stunner.
Yeah, he sure does. He always even looks kind of stiff. He does, but I mean, it's good to see him. He's like, and you could, and he's always been he's always like back in
He's
the
been
day.
very
You know,
popular.
I really didn't, like him as much because everybody was more of a Jeff fan. But when you think about it, he was almost like Jericho in the aspect of just changing himself, like Matt was. Because, like, even back in the day with like was it Matt 2.0 or
Yeah,
version
where
1?
he had Shannon Moore hanging around with him in the cruiserweight division.
Yeah,
Hey.
like he had that. Oh man, like you know who I wish they would have been on AEW, like just for one more second. My bad. It's just the Hurricane. I just always
The
love
Hurricane.
Hurricane Shane Helms.
He's the
Dude.
best. I love him.
Oh man, but poor Neville, man. Poor Pac when he was Neville. Like he was almost a full blown masked superhero.
That was no reason why he almost got the Ricochet treatment.
Oh yeah.
Ricochet's been making a comeback a little bit.
Fucking Ricochet, man, dude. It is a travesty what they're doing with Ricochet, which is nothing.
Now, that is someone I can see leaving.
Yeah, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he needs to leave. Like he was bad. Like one person I was really kind of upset that they like really done nothing with. Even was fucking Shelton Benjamin. When I first heard he was coming back, I was like, all right. I was like,
I mean,
shit,
what Shelton always used to say the only reason he would come back was for a world title push.
yeah, I was like, all right, he's coming back.
Should-
He was doing pretty good in New
You should
Japan.
have got that shit written in your contract, Shelton.
Right? Yeah, damn. And then now he's just not doing anything. Like I guess he helped like train Mia Yim or something like that. So I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. But
I mean, like he had a tag team title run, but other than that,
yeah, like nothing. Like I thought, like people thought that he was gonna be like kind of helping. I don't know, man. Like it did not end well.
I mean,
Like that.
I'll
It's
tell
like-
you one person that Shelton has good chemistry with that not a lot of people, well, they might expect if they know their history. That's Brock. They have fantastic
Oh, yeah.
chemistry together because they were teammates at the University of Minnesota. Fun thing, Shelton Benjamin's from Orangeburg, South Carolina. So
Oh really?
both the Big Show and Shelton Benjamin are from my state.
I wanted like if Brock was.
I thought you were from Alabama.
Anderson, listen, we all know that Puerto Rico is the real ancestral capital of the country.
Nah, Alabama and Puerto Rico are pretty much the same. And I proved that to you last night.
Oh yeah, he did. Anderson
It's
brought up a
try-
checklist.
It's
I brought up a check. Hold on, let me look it up. This I'll say it for a different time. But let's just say that it's the same.
Basically,
Alabama,
Tito, this gives you a
Alabama,
reason
Puerto
to
Rico
really
are the same.
Yeah, Tito. Basically, that gives you another reason to hate on Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, because Alabama sucks. Like,
You lived in Alabama, didn't you? Or was it
no,
Mississippi?
Mississippi. Like, that, that's to really tell you
Almost as
shit. I
bad.
lived in Mississippi, and I said something about
Like,
Alabama.
listen, man. The only part of Mississippi that's actually decent is Biloxi.
Yeah, like that was where I was staying, like Biloxi Gulfport. But then I fucked around and
Yeah.
moved like up by Hattiesburg and shit.
You
like that.
fucked up.
Yeah, and more out into the country. That's when it got. I was like, oh, like you meet good people. Like Southern hospitality is a thing, but there's so much just bullshit that you have to deal with.
A lot of
and
them
just
don't
poverty.
know. Like a lot of them don't know like that what they're saying is offensive, and it's very weird.
Yeah.
Like I saw an old lady not too long ago. It looked like she was in her 80s. She didn't use the N word, but she said the C word.
Oh,
You know,
What's the word?
like colored.
yeah.
Oh,
She said,
why are you saying the C word?
I don't want to be offensive to anybody.
You don't want to be offensive. I keep saying you shouldn't give words like that power. That's why I don't like to say the N word, because I think it's fucking retarded.
I mean, I got a point. I just didn't want nobody to get flagged on this shit. Yeah, it says.
Yeah.
Personally, I think if you're using it in context and you're not insulting somebody, you can totally say the hard R. I don't give a fuck.
That's what Shani said. So congratulations, you're now one with
no.
Shani.
I mean, unlike Shani, I wasn't insulting someone with the damn word on itself. You know, I'm using it in context. I got no problem with. But Shani, Shani's a fucking moron and a racist. Fuck her.
Anyways, with that being said, we have reached the 2-hour mark here. So I'm gonna end this before it gets any more risque.
I didn't want to end it like that, Nightmare. Fuck you.
Might as well.
It's not ended. You
Light this cross, man. We're gonna go. We're gonna end
you
this.
can still save this. I haven't clicked end broadcast yet, so you can still save this.
Okay. I got nothing. Let's move on.
He's
All
just
right.
going out.
Anyways, thanks guys for showing up. We'll be back next week. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. Probably something dumb.
I still this is before we go off, right? This is the same thing that happened last time we did the wrestling episode. We ran out of time because obviously it's late. We got shit to do. But I personally want to keep going, and last time everybody want to keep going, but same thing here.
We can go another 30 minutes.
We don't have. It depends. Like Tito, how much time you got?
Oh, I'm cool. I mean, I can go if you. Yeah, like, I was just gonna make like a beer run, but other than that, I can stretch that back out. It doesn't matter.
Go ahead. It's fucking fine by me. But so back to so yeah, about the colored thing. Yeah, go ahead, continue because you didn't finish, Nightmare.
Yeah. So there was an old woman who said that to a nice black man at a gas station.
Yeah.
And
I think I saw that.
Yeah, and like you could tell she didn't mean to be racist. She meant it in a good way, but
She was being nice about it.
yeah, but she's so old that I don't think she knows that that's not really socially acceptable anymore.
No.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those older people back there. I've had a ran in like that a couple of times. Like, I used to work at this burger joint, and like this dude was just trying to like be nice. He's like, "Hey man, I see," because I worked at this burger joint right across the street from a middle school. So like the kids would stop by before school, get their some food or whatever, and then go across the street in the morning. So like this guy realized like two kids they weren't eating, they were just messing around on their phones or something, and he's like, "Hey man," I was like, "You think those kids need something to eat?" I was like, "What kids?" He's like, "Oh, those two colored boys right there," and I was like, it's like he's trying to like get them something to eat, but he was just like calling them colored. I was like, I don't think so. I was like, maybe I should ask him. I was like, I'll ask him for you. So
Okay. Realistically, what else would you call them? Would you call them those two black boys over there?
Oh man, just like no, I just hearing
Those two African Americans. But Tito, do you know what you should have said, sir? I'm fucking Cuban.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Cuban, sir.
Sir, I'm not exactly white myself. What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, that'd be funny. He was like, "What?" He probably just would have called me like a commie or some shit like that. Commie, get out of here.
Oh no, we have a history with those. Anderson, you know.
Let's not talk about that one. Not now. That's next week's episode, right?
I think next week's episode is nostalgia episode. That's 6.
Okay, the week after that, then.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me bring up this. This actually deals with wrestling, though. I didn't really read a bit more into this, but they said that the EVPs of like the Young Bucks and everybody, like the Elite, who were actually
Yeah.
doing some infighting? Is that what was that about?
That to my knowledge is not true. It's kayfabe.
I don't know.
I mean, they're so good at kayfabe though.
Yeah,
They're good at misleading the shit out of some people.
To my knowledge is not true, but even if it is, I feel like I feel like they're grown men, and I feel like they're mature enough to like leave their differences in the background and focus on entertaining the fans, which is fine by me.
Until you hear No Chance in Hell.
Oh man, they just come out. If they got bought, I'll be so pissed. Man, I really don't think that New Japan thing. I think they might like if they do anything with WWE. I think they might try to do a test show. Other than that, like no, I don't see like if Vince McMahon really has like if like
It's not Vince is pushing for
Look,
it. It's Hunter.
is it? Yeah, because I hope Vince just has nothing to do with it. You know he will, but I wish if he doesn't have anything to do with the story. If like New Japan could and Triple H could deal with the story, then I'll be totally cool with it.
Yeah, it's Triple H that's pushing for it.
But look, no. Here's the thing, it's WWE just being spiteful, hateful, just cunts. All right, what's the word I'm looking for? Envious. They're just being envious little shits because I mean, I saw a video that What Culture did. I think today was it. They literally said that they've been in talks with New Japan ever since what was the like August?
Yeah.
August was it? Since August. What happened in August that could have made WWE talk with New Japan? Could it be that Kenta showed up in WWE?
Who WWE had like a couple
I mean, in
beforehand.
AEW, like it wasn't August. What the fuck am I thinking? Like literally a few months ago, they started talking with New Japan the moment Kenta showed up at AEW.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's envious because I think WWE thinks that they're too good for this. I think it's them trying to big dick AEW. I think that's what it is.
Of course.
Yeah,
But
getting that
I
probably.
genuinely believe that New Japan is not going to fall for that bullshit.
Yeah.
Inoki didn't.
Yeah, right. I don't think. I don't think. What's the name will either. Like, I think because then they already know. Like, Japan still really loves Omega. Like,
Oh yeah, they still love all of them.
yeah, they still love like all of them. So it's like, so I think, and plus I think it will be almost more of a benefit to have like an Elite versus Bullet Club, like Japan Bullet Club, like beef. I can see that later on.
It's gonna happen one day. You just know it's gonna fucking happen.
Exactly.
Part of me wonders if Finn and Prince Devitt, excuse me, and AJ, if they ever do leave WWE, if they would get involved in that somehow.
I think Finn or Devitt, I think he would, but I don't know where. I think AJ will probably get ready to retire. He's up there.
Oh yeah, he said that.
He's 40
He
something.
said that. Yeah. By the way, Nightmare, send it to Tito. This is what I was talking about earlier. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, what were you saying, Nightmare?
Yeah, no, just go ahead.
He's gonna retire. He already said that. He said that WWE is gonna be his last home, and honestly, he's already done pretty much almost everything in WWE. Apart from winning the Royal Rumble and being King of the Ring, he's done everything. I mean, yeah, sure, but he's basically not. I mean, he's a double champ. He's a Oh my god! He's a Grand Slam champ. Yeah, I just thought he's a fucking Grand Slam champ. That's insane. In the short time that he's been there. So yeah, no, he's done everything when it comes to wrestling. He's only like the second person to ever be.
No.
What?
There's been I think like 15 or something Grand Slam.
No. I don't mean that. No. He's the second person to be WWE champion, IWGP Heavyweight Champion, and the TNA and Ring of Honor Champion. The only other person that's done that is Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar did not work for ROH.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm absolutely positive.
Yeah.
He worked for New Japan. He did a match with New Japan.
Yeah, I know he did for New
where he lost to Kurtz, but he never worked with ROH.
Let me look it up. I could be wrong, but let me look it up.
I do like this meme right here. That shit's funny.
And actually, and I don't think AJ ever won the ROH title either.
AJ? No, he definitely did.
I don't think he did. I know he was in ROH, but
Really?
I
You don't think
I do not think he won the title because ROH was mostly one person I know that did do that. Well, not win WWE, but TNA and ROH was Austin Aries.
Yeah, Austin Aries. He's
Let me see.
By the way, have you guys seen whenever fucking Daniel Bryan basically got AJ Styles to admit he was a flat earther?
oh yeah, that shit was funny. Like what? Like, come on, AJ. When I heard that, I just shook my head. First, I thought it was for an angle. I was like, is he doing this for some random reason, like any angle? But no, I guess he really believes that shit.
Yeah, no. Here it is. ROH. He was never the world champion. He was
Okay,
the third champion.
then it's a different fucking title. Then I don't fucking remember which one. I just know that I saw that one day, and I know that Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles are the only two people that ever won the WWE Championship, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and I don't know what the third title.
Well, Brock never went to ROH.
Oh, okay, it's fine. I just don't. I remember it was 3 titles. I don't remember which was the third one.
Fuck.
I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah, I'm drawing a
You
blank.
know what? It doesn't matter. The point is, how many people can say that they've been WWE champion and IWGP Heavyweight Championship? Only 2. There.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Kurt, that's who you're thinking about. WWE champion, IWGP champion, and TNA
Who?
champion. Kurt Angle. Kurt.
Has Kurt Angle been IWGP Heavyweight Champion?
He's the one that beat Brock.
Is he?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't
Is it?
know
No,
That's where they had their last match. Was in New Japan.
No.
Yep, look it up. Look it up.
Did Brock try to do another moonsault?
No, trust me. He learned after the first one.
Man, that's
After nearly snapped his neck in half.
Fuck me, the bastard's right.
Oh damn! Like yeah, man, that dude, man. Every time I see him, I watch that clip or whatever. I was like, thank God he has his neck is like the size of a fucking tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, if it wasn't, that poor motherfucker, he'd be dead.
Like damn, that junk is horrible. Like,
Anderson, I'm surprised you doubted me.
I doubt you on a lot of things, Nightmare. I can't trust you all the time. You know that. You're a cop. How can I fucking trust you?
That's fair.
Yeah. Just can't blame me for that, man.
Yeah, no, but how I remember that is because he had the TNA and the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at the same time.
That's awesome.
And I was watching TNA around that time. That's the only reason I know that.
yeah, at one point TNA was getting pretty good though. Like during the like quick little golden age they had, or the bounce back period, like just not that long ago.
Oh my God, Kurt appeared on Duck Dynasty.
Really? I didn't know. Is Duck Dynasty still like actually just?
No, it's not. But Kurt's like a really big Catholic. It's weird. It's fucking dumb with these people. God damn it.
Kurt Angle. Well, he's probably another one. He's another one of my like fucking top 5 favorite wrestlers.
And I'm going to say this. I know that we're not supposed to talk about him, but Chris Benoit.
Oh.
I mean, we can talk about him. We don't follow the rules.
Like, all right, let's hurry up and
Wrestling wise,
wrestling
wise, one of the best ever, but personally, one of the worst people.
Not the greatest dad.
No, or the greatest husband. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
or the greatest.
It's
both
funny
user.
I was about to say, like, it's funny whenever that shit happened, Bowflex had to literally go into panic control. Like
shit.
Yeah, no, they were basically doing cover up. They're like, fuck.
It's a disclaimer. It does not lead to murder suicide. No, but he's one of my. He's the reason why they basically made Daniel Bryan just rewrite like his fucking championship win, just so
people would forget about the Eddie and Chris Benoit thing.
And I didn't even think about that at all because, like, I remember when I was watching that because I just started rewatching wrestling, so I rewatched. I mean, somebody recommended me watch that when Daniel Bryan won, and I was like, I feel like I've seen this match before, and it just didn't click in my head. I was like, I've seen this before. Like I felt like I did, and then somebody was like, oh yeah, it's just like the Chris Benoit. I was like, there it is. And I was like, but it was way more emotional back then because you just see this man. It was like, don't get me wrong, I like Daniel Bryan, but man, Chris Benoit, like that motherfucker.
Yeah, that dude could work. It's really sad that I kind of understand, right? I kind of understand them not acknowledging Chris Benoit for what happened, because a lot of fans are like, at the very least, you should acknowledge what he did in the ring and not what he did outside of the ring. But
I don't think so.
No, I agree. I agree with what Triple H said. It's really hard to separate the two.
Yeah.
So I agree that we should acknowledge him for what he did in the ring and what he did for wrestlers, because he made a lot of wrestlers' lives a lot better. We can't
made the
deny
Miz's
that.
life. He also made the Miz's life hell, which is good.
Yeah,
Look,
they also, but they also sometimes it all depends who they are, because it's like sometimes they also have some scumbags show back up on these fucking shows, or like people that I swear.
Look at Jimmy Snuka. Jimmy Snuka literally murdered a woman
That felt
and
like
didn't get caught for like 35 years until he died.
not to bring up me, not to really throw your homeboy out there, but Carlos Colon probably most likely had something to do with Bruce. Oh no, not Bruce. Bruce Brody's fucking death.
He is not my homeboy, but
just throw him on.
Yeah, no, you're probably not wrong on that.
I personally believe that anybody who would sell their souls to the devil is a piece of shit, and Carlos Colon is no exception.
Your abuelo over there, like that's what I'm saying. No, but yeah, like that. It's like, oh, I'm trying to think of some more people like this shit. Like they you know how it was like, and that's why some people's like, man, I wish wrestling was better, or people like wrestling was better back in the day. I was like, back when like drugs and
head shots to the head.
Look at my girlfriend's grandma, man. It's like that's not gory enough for me. I miss Abdul the Butcher.
Him just
show her Japanese. Yeah, no, like he had hepatitis. Just Anderson, just show her grandmother like a Japanese death match.
I have. She likes those.
Or CZW. Just show her CZW.
Yeah, she likes that shit.
I can't really watch CZW. I'm like, oh my god! I was like, some of that junk is rough.
I can watch it if I'm high.
That's why they thought like Jimmy Havoc. I know that must be still a COVID thing, but yeah, I thought like they were definitely
Jimmy Havoc's nuts.
Yeah,
Jimmy Havoc is not in AEW anymore.
He's not.
Yeah.
Oh, did they
because he's one of the people that they got called out in the Me Too movement.
Oh, is he?
So did Joey Ryan.
Yeah, and he admitted to it. Even donated his entire AEW check to it, to charity because of it. Like he admitted to it. He admitted that he was a shitty person and he's trying to move away from that. He's trying to be better. And well, I do like that he's being honest and not denying what happened. At least he didn't kill anybody. I can at least commend him for something. Well, I kind of miss him. I'm a big fan of his work. I'm just sad that he's gone.
You guys want to know something funny about Jimmy Havoc?
What up?
He is the longest reigning Defiant wrestling hardcore champion. Which, if you know what that is, that's what culture. That was what culture wrestling.
Oh yeah, Defiant. Yeah,
wait, really? He was?
Yeah, the longest reigning Defiant hardcore champion. And Defiant Wrestling doesn't even have a Wikipedia page.
Wow, there's something to like dangle on the head of what culture a little bit,
I mean, well, they also, they had Ray, they had Cody.
They had Ricochet, Walter.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing, though.
So many people.
Jimmy Havoc still works for MLW. Like he still works for Major League Wrestling.
Sure, I love that Rampage is in WWE now, at least in WWE UK. I'm just waiting for him to use him so much, just properly as fuck. No, not Rampage. Primate, fucking Primate is amazing, dude.
I need to watch the UK. I need to start watching that.
It's a good scene. It's a good scene. I mean, so far nothing beats Dragunov versus Walter. Nothing will ever beat that match.
They literally beat the fuck out
of
him.
Okay, Tito, if you have not seen Ilya Dragunov versus Walter for the WWE UK Championship, you need to see that shit today, my friend.
All right, I need to check that out then. Yeah,
it is. I don't know where you can find it. I know there's clips of it on YouTube, not the full match. The network. Yeah, it's fucking $5, dude. Go to the network. Watch that match. It is fucking stupid how good and just meat slappy it is.
Yeah, it literally looks like both of them went through a cheese grater by the end of it.
Ooh, damn. You gotta go Walter, man. Like, I gotta stop watching his matches, how bad he's fucking chops people.
Hey, and it was not an extreme match. It was a normal match.
Ugh, that big
Yeah, like,
motherfucker.
Tito, just imagine like having a swing full of bricks. You throw that shit up, and then it comes back and hits you in the chest about 50 times in like 20 minutes. And funny thing is, Walter was fucked up too by the end of that match.
Oh yeah.
I need to check that out.
It's like you work in a butcher shop, right? And the butcher hangs a pig, and he tells you, "I want you to season this pig. Here's some butter sock. Beat the shit out of it."
It's basically like what
that's
happened
the
with
match.
Rocky. With
That's the
Rocky,
match.
yeah, Rocky with like the giant rack of meat.
Here's a butter sock. Beat the dead pig.
Oh shit! Yeah, I need to check that out then. Fuck, yeah, that sounds
But
awesome.
To be fair, Dragunov is Russian, so you know.
Wait a minute. I meant
he's
to.
the first ever Russian-born WWE superstar.
Oh, that's awesome. But
I meant to ask you guys this. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say? Oh no, it was about like two people in AEW. I wanted to see what you guys thought of. Like, well, one it was a relatively new girl, but I think that she's gonna be fucking awesome. Is Layla Hirsch. I wanted to see what you guys thought about her.
Dude, so amazing. I'm in love with her. She's freaking amazing.
Only like
super strong, surprisingly athletic. I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah, that. And what do you guys think about what the hell, like, or what should they do with Scorpio Sky? Like, because he's talented as shit. He's charismatic, but it just seems like they like
something doesn't click with him. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think they just have him in limbo. It seems
it's because he's black, isn't it?
And it's instead what we were all thinking.
So. Yeah. No, I genuinely think that they're kind of stuck with poor Scorpio. They don't really know how to use him right now. And it's not even his or the company's fault. Just look at the competition.
Yeah, like, and that's why I said, like, they kind of need to do something. Like, I thought they were going to do something with the FTW belt and make that into something too, because, like, I know they don't want too many belts, but, like, I know that a trios title is coming up soon, which is going to be awesome. But I know he's trying to be a singles. Singles guy. It's like,
Tito.
What up?
If Death Triangle aren't our first champions, I will stop. I will just quit watching AEW right then and there.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Because I think it might be like it depends like who's might be big, because they're both big, big. But I was like, it's either them or maybe because everybody likes fucking Orange Cassidy, probably the best.
No, fuck best friends, dude. Give it to Death Triangle, damn it.
It needs to be them and they need to hold that shit for at least a year.
Yeah,
that's the way I feel, and I really feel like Thunder Rosa needs to join them to like complete. Like, but I mean, like, there's still
Death
Triangle though. Yeah, but like I think it'll be dope to have her in there too. But they might have to change the fucking name. But it would be awesome to have her.
Oh, you know what they should do?
Which Underground did it? They had,
you know what they should do, and this would make me happy because it means the Death Triangle will be the first trios champions. So they're fighting the best friends for the titles. Okay, it's happening, and then out of nowhere, Thunder Rosa shows up, turns heel. Does something like beats the shit out of one of the best friends, costs them the match. Our new champions are Death Triangle, and bam, we have that.
Yeah, see, like something like that, or at least a hold, not a hold off, but it'll be like, yeah, like to help try to cheat or something. But she could be also just to keep what's her name away, Statlander. Which is great.
Yeah. Oh, I love she's back, dude. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Look at WWE. Bailey. I forgot I forgot her name. You know what? I'm not even gonna count Sasha Banks because I barely fucking remember Sasha Banks anyway. So Bailey, Charlotte, Asuka, and Becky Lynch. Yeah, Becky Lynch. Those are the women that I know in WWE. Any other names? Any other names, boys? Go ahead.
I mean, like they need to. Yeah, it was like Bianca. She's starting to get up there, but Ember Moon should have been bigger. They put her on the roster.
They dropped the ball
for no. Yeah, they dropped the ball hard. Asuka, like they just always they make her they book her strong, then they just drop.
You know what's funny about
I got one name. I got one name. Taya Valkyrie.
No. She's not named Taya Valkyrie right now. No, but here's the thing, right? And she doesn't count. She just started. Here's the thing with Asuka, right? No matter how much they just drop the ball with Asuka, she's still over. The fans love her, dude, and the fans are gonna keep loving it. No matter how much they drop the fucking ball, the fans are always behind us because she's just so entertaining and charismatic and lovable. And anybody that follows her Twitter,
is amazing.
Anybody that follows her Twitter or her YouTube is just fucking in love with her.
Yeah,
not to mention, right? Like
for YouTube,
she's almost damn near 40 years old. She looks like she's in her early 20s.
I mean, she's Japanese, dude. No fucking shit.
I know, and I didn't want to be the one to say it. So,
well, why? You know, leave it to the white cop to not be racist when you need him to be racist. God damn it, America.
Listen, man, we're having bad PR problems, as you know.
So you shouldn't care. Fuck the SJWs. They don't mean shit.
He said we had a bad image problem at the moment. We're trying to work on that.
Yeah, no, like we're constant.
Best part is they can't hate on me because I am a minority. So fuck them.
Man, that's funny.
You look white enough to me, so
I don't give a shit. I have Negro hair. I don't care.
Whoa.
Hey, I do.
That came out on
we here at Your Internet Friends do not support Anderson's views.
Before anybody gets some goofy trouble.
Yes, no, please, any claims that are directed at Anderson.
Just be happy I didn't say the other one.
You can contact the Your Internet Friends lawyer, Mr. Jacob Kronberg.
Hey,
at 1-888-725. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck you. No, but really though.
Man, but
my racist jokes aside, because they're totally not funny. What were we talking about before I went all racist?
Chris Statlander.
Yeah,
Chris Statlander. No, I know we were talking about something else, but I love Chris Statlander.
Oh, Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. And then I think before that we were talking about fucking Death Triangle, but yeah, about around Oscar right now.
No. My last thought on that was, no matter how much they drop the ball on Oscar, she's just lovable, and that nothing's gonna change that. She's always gonna be over with the fans, no matter what. But my point I was trying to make with you guys, like seriously, can you really be entertained by any other women in WWE that isn't the top 4 or 5 women right now? No, you can't,
because they're gonna be they're gonna be swept from underneath them. Like honestly, I don't mind Natalia at all. Like, she's a decent wrestler or whatever, but I know she's not gonna really go anywhere. Like, I'm not a big fan of Charlotte, to be honest with you. Like, the sheer
why?
The sheer gall of how they bumped her fucking championships up was so fucking name me any of her runs, like literally her title runs, of any good really good. I mean, they happened so quick. It was almost.
I could ask the same thing about her father. Name one memorable title run. Go ahead.
The one in '83 where he main evented Starrcade against Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, I was about to say.
Okay, yeah, you remember that Starrcade main event. Now, tell me the run. How was it?
All right, I'm trying to remember how long it was, but
yeah, it's hard to remember, huh? Isn't it?
But man,
I mean, Cena Cena had a run that was over a year long, so.
Yeah, sure. but her and when her and Shotzer basically went back and forth for a while, and they were just trading championships. I was like,
that was stupid.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Go ahead, Tito.
No, and that's all I was saying. I was like, who's this helping? It was just like, oh, they just want to get her close to her father's number and probably eventually beat it. But I was like, she's talented. Don't get me wrong, she is talented. She is good, but it's like, I was like, damn, make some of these championships mean something. You get what I'm saying? And and I just didn't like it that they kept on fighting back and forth, because now I never want to see a Sasha Banks and
Can I just say that Ric Flair's Wikipedia page has an article that's titled "Real Life Feuds and Backstage Problems."
Oh yeah,
So here's the thing, Tito. I agree with you with Charlotte. At the very least, they should have not hot potatoed her the championship when she had it with Becky, and at the other very least, they shouldn't have made her such a top star when other top stars were being, were trying to do their thing, like Becky. Or when Asuka was on top and they just introduced Charlotte just to introduce Charlotte into the fold. I genuinely believe that if you have weaker champions, bring the queen in and take it from them because they're weak champions. It makes fucking sense. Because at the end of the day, I don't mind having Charlotte as the champion. I don't mind that they're pushing Charlotte to the moon just to break her daddy's record. I don't mind that because genuinely I love Charlotte because no matter how much people want to bitch that she's there because daddy got her all those opportunities. Yeah, daddy got her all those opportunities. But if she sucked as a wrestler, nobody wants to see her there. I want to see her there because she is that damn good.
By the way, Anderson, just so you know, Ric Flair has 10 NWA World Championship reigns for a combined 3,116 days.
Oh, damn.
So on average, each runs 311 days.
Oh, nice.
Look. Realistically, nobody can ever break Ric Flair's record because there's more belts underneath that record that WWE doesn't want to acknowledge.
Yeah, I know. He's at 19, but as far as like days go, Luthez hasn't beat. Luthez is 3,749 days.
3,000. How much was Bruno?
Bruno was.
We're talking about. I'm talking about the NWA title.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm talking about numbers here.
7 years.
How much was
7 years?
Oh, 7 years?
Yeah, I know.
They only fought like once a month, right?
Yeah. Still something,
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
I mean, like, he was able to sell out MSGs, but...
Oh, yeah, he sold out like crazy, dude.
Back when they did... What was his finisher? Like a drop kick?
I don't remember. The run could have been longer, though. It's just that he wanted to take time to, like... probably
that's why Morales got it.
Yeah.
But,
and then Pedro, man, he fucking ran with that shit.
I do agree with you in that aspect, though, about Charlotte, though. Like, if there is, like, she would be like the female Orton in that chance. Like, if we have a weak champion, just get Orton and, like, he'll hold it for a while, to be a good champ. Which I understand that. It's just, I do agree with you. They made her just seem like she was such the shit. But you had all these other girls that were just as fucking good, if not fucking better. Then, like, immediately made Asuka lose to her. Fucking pissed me off with that.
I don't agree that anyone's better than her. If anybody's better than Charlotte in WWE, it is Asuka. It's the one person I'll give you. But
what do you say?
Bruno Sammartino, 4,040 days as WWE champion.
There you go. There you go. But here's the thing, Tito. Right? I genuinely believe that no one besides Asuka is better than Charlotte Flair in that company. I'm sorry, that is my personal opinion.
What about Becky? I thought you loved Becky.
No, I Becky's my favorite. Well, behind Asuka, Asuka's my favorite. Behind Asuka, it is Becky. But if I'm being honest with myself, and I'm talking about who's the best technical wrestler when the female division WWE, it's Charlotte fucking Flair. And the only one better than Charlotte Flair is Asuka, and nobody can change my mind on that.
Okay, I'm trying to think right now to see if anybody, like, are we counting NXT too as well? I'm trying to think of all the females.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm counting NXT as well.
Oh.
Nobody's better than Charlotte Flair except Asuka. That's it. Asuka's literally on the peak, like literally a few points above Charlotte Flair.
I'd give Asuka I'd give it to Asuka by a little bit.
Me too.
Now, so that's why I agree. Like, I'm not mad that they're pushing Charlotte to the moon. I'm just mad that they're running over people that they should not be running over, like Asuka. Like, I do agree with you on that.
Like Asuka, like that. Ember Moon was kind of like snuffed out. Then she got injured, of course. But then it was like
her husband went off on Nia Jax. Actually, he said, and I quote, "Who is this fat bitch that injured my wife?" He said that on Twitter, and so now he can't get a job with WWE.
Love him.
Who's this fat bitch?
Yeah, no, that's what he said. He said, "So who was this big fat bitch that injured my wife?"
That's
on
hilarious.
Twitter, and he tagged her.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna go like for a while, but no, but I do agree with you. But yeah, shit, I just got your message. All right, man, you wanna start saying
No, like we can go another couple minutes. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm good. I feel like I'm good. I'm a bit tired, so whenever you guys are ready, I'm good.
I did really enjoy this though. It's been a minute since I talked some good old.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, like we'll definitely do this again. Jake had a family emergency. He couldn't be here. I've spoken to him. It's all good.
Oh man,
that's fine.
Yeah,
but Bran died.
Well, no. Bran had the salt mine to do, which is it's all good.
That's
Yeah.
fine too.
All right, so thanks everybody. I want to appreciate everybody for coming out. Like, share, sub, all that. Give Tito some hookers.
Yeah.
Give Anderson some weed, and have a
I do